And hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. I don't know. All these games run together. I don't know what to do.
Today's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday. And we're giving away dice to celebrate Pride Month. So feel free to put in exclamation ticket to win some dice. We are, well, we're having fun, folks. We're having fun. No matter what people tell you, we're having. I'm sorry, not dice.
Ticket.
Exclamation ticket. They say.
On
I
what?
think you said ticket, and I wrote dice.
It's possible.
On Twitch?
Yes, on Twitch.
On Twitch.
You're a Twitch.
And we actually have the whole gang here. Been a while. Everybody enjoying their vacation, taking some time off to travel and do bizarre things across the country. And, you know, stuff and other stuff and stuff. Oh my God, I feel like I've been online all day today, so I'm a little spent. Had a one-on-one with one of our new Descendants players. It's going to be part of our Wednesday campaign. That should be lots of fun.
Yeah, I think you have the wrong D&D Beyond linked to your overlay.
Yes, that was the other one I forgot to do. Let me fix that really quick.
Yep.
I even had the tab up to fix that, and I had forgotten to fix that. Put the Denizens and their masters overlay up, and that will fix that little. So I had the Descendants overlay up as we were reviewing Jesse's character for the Wednesday game. Save configuration so you guys can watch their hit points plummet and their um, to see how they do with this particular situation that
Oh,
they're in.
great. What he means is we're gonna die.
They're all gonna die. Well, I mean, a little poltergeist-esque there, but maybe not. Hey,
Come play
everybody.
with us.
Thank you for come play with us.
Come play with us.
Hey, everybody. We're probably going to do a little extra few minutes on the recap, seeing as how both Oswald and Asborn were absent the previous session, so we can get them successfully caught up. Normally, Sam has her camera on, but she is traveling and she's on her phone. So she is remote and joining us while on vacation, or not vacation. She's getting her floors done and they're not ready yet. So she does not have her cool animes camera on, so we can watch her one eye blink and the other eye stay open, and then blink and the other eye open. It's lots of fun when that happens. Hey, everything you need to know about us is down below the abouts. Check a look at all of our panels. Take a look at our family of creators. We have lots of fun stuff going on. Gas the Tribera, thank you so much for following. I appreciate that. And if you're watching and not following, hey, follow us. It really helps us out, helps the algorithm, helps us get our message out to folks. Couple things, you'll see our Discord eventually pop up. You will see there's a campaign link for tonight's campaign, so you can better take a look at the campaign background, and feel free to jump in there and take a look at things if you want. Otherwise, we do use the overlay to allow you to watch our players die or attempt to die. They do that very well.
Stop killing us.
We have YouTubes. We have all the stuff that you might need to go watch our other shows. We do have, on June 30th, we will officially have a show every night, but Saturday. And I am working on that as we speak. So we have shows Monday through Friday, and then our Sunday show. Our Thursday show that we normally do is an every other Thursday. We do a one-shot where you can join our Discord, accept the invite to the one-shot, and then we do a live Twitch event with our one-shot. We're also working on a dungeon crawl. We had our first play test over the weekend, which was lots of fun. You should be able to see that in the Twitch libraries for our content stream. We have lots of stuff. Whatever your poison is, if you want to do dark campaign, we have a dark campaign. Pirate themed, we have that going on. Our Wednesday campaign, which is going to start with a whole new group of individuals, is going to be Alt History 1926. Cthulhu and steampunk themed with the D&D universe. That should be very interesting. We are adding some new mechanics. We are borrowing mechanics from Cortex, as well as I've borrowed a couple of the mechanics I like from Mage the Ascension. We are basing it on the core of the 5e mechanics, but we've changed some of that as well. So one of my journeys has always been to share with creators and share with players and potential storytellers is that it's okay to borrow mechanics and build your own homebrew, and then use themes to kind of guide how you want your players to potentially want to play in your games. If you don't want to just exist in either the strictly sci-fi or strictly high or low fantasy, well, you can do it. It's lots of fun. And we are learn and teach and gaming Discord. We are not necessarily creators per se. We're more about learning, teaching, and sharing our games with everybody else as we play them. That's pretty much it for the housekeeping. Tobias, you want to remind everybody what you like to do in your spare time?
Doing it. I've created some artwork based on this campaign and some other campaigns, plus some stuff that I've just barfed out of my mind and put on pieces of paper. And
his panel is down below. What's it called again?
Down below. It's Redbubble, and my artwork's on there.
Design.
It's called Dark One Designs.
It's very, very
check
cool.
Check it out. Be my second subscriber.
I'm
My
your
second
second
follower.
subscriber. I'm your
Okay, be
second
my third
subscriber,
follower.
so they have to be your third. Yeah,
I'm not
because
that
I
evil.
subscribed last night.
Oh, good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So let's go ahead and quickly recap. Let's go back a bit. And our party, actually, going to get into
Is
the right,
hopefully not gonna die.
get in the right chat here. I think I'm going to. There we go. I think that's why I was talking too loud, as I probably had it a little too loud in my head as we were. That way I'm not screaming at the microphone. So.
Dude, I swear Mara flinched. Did you
I
see
know.
her?
Yeah.
She flinched.
Right. So we're going to go back a little bit where our team had made a discovery recently as they had finally journeyed to the meeting point of the Marquis fleet, only to find the remnants of debris. Here, the creature that clearly was either responsible or maybe was sent here purposely to deal with the Marquis fleet laid in wait for the arrival of the 5 vessels. Only 4 were to arrive, as the Crimson Mouse and the other ships arriving. During an initial investigation of the debris, they were attacked by a deep water creature that attempted to not only destroy their vessel, but them as well. The creature was destroyed and repelled, then destroyed. It was actually a two-part encounter that we had to space out because it took so long to resolve. That one was actually lots of fun. We introduced Tailspire for the first time. That was to this campaign. That was pretty cool. Then the team lingered about, the Storm Chasers lingered about the debris in Detris, only to discover that the majority of the debris had been pulled down and was underneath the very depths of the Lucidian Sea. They were able to recover what appeared to be an iron box, a large iron crate to be more precise. This large iron crate, clearly warded, glyphed, and protected by some kind of artificer magic / locking mechanism, was retrieved, brought on deck. Eventually, it was deciphered, and when the crate was opened, a rather large set of manacles that seemed to be designed specifically to be used to contain the creature known as Scourge. Hey, Chav. And this creature, Scourge, is the undead hydra that many, many, many moons ago that this team had inadvertently released upon the world as they had successfully broken into the Stormlord's vault, containing many, many items and many things that they decided, well, they would make use of, only to find out.
Accident.
Only to find out later they were incredibly cursed, where they successfully were brought to the Cobalt Soul and taken to the Hall of Souls and successfully, as far as they know, successfully sequestered and put under lock and key to prevent their use. Also, while traveling to this location, they have had some interludes with a creature or an individual known as Tierling, who seems to be a conduit or portal to another plane of existence, or perhaps who knows where she comes from. And this entity seems to be reigning a bit of chaos of her own across the sea and along the Menagerie coast. Well, the team, after deciphering what the manacles were, had decided that the best course of action was to make their way to a little community on an island known as Broken Bank. The idea was to take some safe haven in Broken Bank, take the opportunity to refit and refocus, and then potentially scout out using the faster vessel known as the Acorn, the reefs and area around Darktoe to find out what was going on. They discovered that the Broken Bank was a destroyed village or destroyed community when they got there, utterly destroyed. While not necessarily deterring them, they decided to go ahead with their plans of leaving the rest of the ships behind and taking the Acorn in and closer to the drag shallow reefs near Dark Toe Isle and start to scout. And I believe it was on either the first or second day. My notes are unclear on this. First day of travel. Mara had investigated a strange and mysterious looking void that she followed and did her best to try to figure out what it was. And then the following day, I believe, on the second day, the beginning of the second day of journey, she decided to check the underneath section of the Acorn. And it was this where we're left off. A tumor-like mass, a gelatinous-like mass attached to the underside of the Acorn began to disgorge these bizarre creatures, similar in appearance to some of the other ones that you've had to deal with. But fortunately, or unfortunately, depending on how you look at it, these creatures are now swarming out of this gelatinous mass and beginning to make their way up the sides of the vessel. And currently, Mara, you're the only one aware of this, as you are now under the water.
And no, it's me. It's because I was
Oh,
scrying.
Sam. Yes, Sam.
Sam.
Because, yep.
I was scrying and I could see that it was
Yep.
under the ship.
Yep, that's right. It was Sam that had noticed this. Sam, as you're on the main deck of the ship, absorbing this scrying action, you can see these creatures erupting out of the mass and beginning to swarm up. And it's with that you point off into different directions of the deck of the ship. And you all look to see these creatures swarming, and then as you look, there's dozens. And then all of you watch as Sam drops out of her scry, and all of you are now standing on the deck of the ship. Hundreds of these creatures amass around you, and
Thanks.
they just stop. And their long tongues hanging out, their fang-like faces distorted and kind of snapping at the air. All of you are on deck, including just the handful of sailors that you brought with you. The Acorn does not require a great deal of people to master. 5 of the sailors kind of around you, all 6 of you on the main deck now, as these creatures swarming the deck, some falling back into the water, just standing there, slavering out of the corner of their mouth, but not attacking, not rushing in, merely staring, making noises and gurgling and saliva dripping from their maws. What do you guys do? And going pee is not an answer.
Can I do?
Hi.
Oh no,
Mara typically goes pee, isn't it? Isn't it Mara?
Mara
go-
technically is pee, isn't she? She's wet all the time.
Hey.
I think I'm having trouble hearing Mara again, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm
Well,
gonna.
looks like we lost Mara.
Yeah, I think we
Oh.
lost Mara too.
Oh no! I couldn't hear her. Could you guys hear her?
Yeah, we
Not
could hear.
me.
No, we couldn't
Oh.
hear her either.
Okay, so then it's not me. Okay.
No.
I feel like I would just attack. Can I do that?
We're gonna just attack.
There's hundreds of them.
There's hundreds of them.
And what are
How
they?
big are
They're
they?
like, are they like
Um,
bipedal? They're like humanoid form.
they seem to have 3 legs that seem to be a mix of like legs and tentacles. They have 3 or 4 arms. They stand hunched over, about 3 feet tall, maybe a couple feet in width, and their skin is gelatinous and kind of mucousy with like perforated skin scarring on them as well. It's definitely strange. And these long, elongated tongues where mucus is just like dripping off of them. And they've just completely surrounded all of you, including the other sailors. and they're just kind of swarming and either unable or unwilling to get much closer. They don't appear either frustrated, malicious, or benign, just standing there.
This big.
I say, what do you want now?
Are they talking? Oh, do I have a
Could we
spell
cast
that
comprehend
can-
languages?
That's what I was just looking.
Let me
Do
see if I have it
have-
prepped. Hold on.
Sure. Go for it.
Trying to see if I have it prepped. I can ritual cast it, but it takes 10 minutes.
Do they count as animals?
No, they're too familiar to the constructs that you've dealt with in the past.
Okay, yeah, because I have comprehend languages, but it's the same as fire. Like I can only ritual cast it.
Okay.
What about Max? Max, can you do anything? I mean, not Max.
Oswald?
Oswald,
Not Sigurd.
not Sigurd.
What do you want me to do?
They just
Can
have
you-
magic man
Can
on there, so-
Magic Man, I know. Oswald, can you understand them if you cast a spell? Do you have
Oh.
anything like that prepped? No?
No. My fingers go pew pew.
Your fingers go.
I could just go.
Oh,
pew pew.
Side note, metagaming. We
Make your
found.
face go explode.
Oh, am I? There we go. Side note, Oswald metagaming. We, in our last round, came across a book that had directions on how to use the manacles, and we gave it to you because we figured you would know how to read it.
Yeah, it looked like physics to us.
Okay.
Yes, police
I mean,
systems, physics.
it's not really physics, but it was not written in a language that we couldn't understand, but we
It
couldn't
was like
understand.
magic physics.
Yeah, like
Astrophysics.
we could. Yeah, it was like astrophysics. So we
Well-
could understand it, but we couldn't understand it.
I'm going to keep sailing the ship if they're not attacking.
Do
Um,
we see the big giant thing?
Did the big giant blobby thing come up yet?
No, they erupted from it as far as Sam's scry is concerned.
It was like a cocoon.
So it was like a cocoon. So they were the big blobby thing. How close are they to us?
Maybe about 10 feet away. And the smell of rot and briny kind of
Do they feel
excrement.
do they feel undead to me?
No, they don't feel undead. They're very similar to those constructs you've dealt with in the past, but there's something different about them, something very strange.
Different in what way?
They seem to be more of an augmented form of creature as opposed to a kind of purposely built creature.
Maybe fire. We just try and communicate with them, and I mean, if they're not attacking us right now, if they start attacking us, then we can attack back.
Yeah, they might be able to understand us. I'm gonna try speaking to them in Draconic.
As you purposely kind of like focus in their direction, the immediate like 75 of them that you can see, right? That's encircling you. In unison, all their heads turn towards you and like watch as you kind of begin to approach a little bit and then speak in Draconic. You watch as all the heads kind of mill about, and then all at the same time, the heads, all 100 of them in crescendo in unison.
Is that Draconic?
Definitely not Draconic.
Primordial?
Yes, I'm okay with it being primordial. They could construct that in their minds. For you, Mara, as you focus in on that sense of primordial understanding of their voices, you hear,
Where is he? He bears the signet and the creature we look for.
Guys, they're looking for someone.
Oh.
Oh.
What are they looking for?
Yeah, what are they looking for?
bears the Sigget and the creature?
We know he's here.
Oh, I think
The
he's here.
egg has been opened.
Oh,
I'm gonna
shit.
walk downstairs.
Avoid responsibilities. I love it.
I'm avoiding my responsibilities like a good person.
You could certainly try to walk through them. I mean, they're currently completely surrounding all of you.
I'm not gonna stand still.
Guys, I think
I'm gonna. Is
Oswald?
wait? Is Oswald close to me?
You're all close to each other. I mean, you're all on the
Because-
deck with the additional 5 sailors on the acorn.
Can I palm Oswald a potion of invisibility?
Can I?
Give me sleight of hand.
Speak back to the creatures in Primordial. What do you want with him?
He bears the mark.
And then you watch as one of the creatures kind of shambles out of the group of creatures.
He is the one that bears the occurrence. The change is with him. We have been sent to protect him, retrieve him, deliver him to his purpose.
And the
What's
long tongue just kind of slathers over its own face and down across its chest.
Interesting.
What's his purpose?
Yeah, that's Oswald, do you know what that thing is?
I did a 19.
I have no idea what's going on, nor do I have any desire to engage in this. For legal reasons, I am no longer culpable of any exact actions that this party partakes in anymore.
Oswald, your friends are here to play.
They want to take you somewhere. Can't imagine that will end well, but
Do they
That's-
seem to understand that we're talking to Oswald?
No, they seem very focused on Mara.
I did a 19 for the sleight of hand.
Yeah. Oswald, there's a potion of invisibility in your hand currently.
I'm just going to think out loud in my head about how it's not going to work. But yes.
I was trying. Okay.
want me to tell them?
Where? Oh, never mind.
Don't know.
Wait, Asborn, do you speak Primordial too?
No.
Oh, I thought someone else did too.
I only speak Common, Draconic, and Halfling.
I might, but I can't get into the login for my character sheet right now.
Well, I can tell you.
You
Hang on
have
a
no
second.
idea. Okay.
Leave me out of it.
Yeah.
Who's that,
Tobias,
Oswald?
send it to Magic Man.
You DM it, please.
DM it to him.
Yeah, when you log in,
yeah.
I'll do the 2FA for you.
Common, Elvish, Halfling, and Primordial you speak.
Oh, so Oswald does speak
Oswald
Primordial.
can understand it.
So Jason, he may need you to send him the login.
Can you ask them? So they're saying that they want to deliver him somewhere. Where exactly?
Yeah, they're delivering him to his purpose. What's the purpose?
Where do you need to bring him?
Them? Maybe we get them.
You do not appear to be a believer. You do not need to know. Deliver him to us, and we will spare your lives.
A believer in what?
Well, that sounds like a plan.
Bluff it, bluff it, bluff it.
Who do I not believe in? Who do you believe in?
He is the deliverer. He is the one anointed by the Stormlord to reshape the very surface of this world. We are here for him.
Do I know enough about the Stormlord to know who they're talking about?
Give me a religion check.
Well, I'm terrible at those.
Hey, Aiden, let me know when you need the authentication code.
I don't even have the login info.
Oh, I
17.
thought somebody was sending that to you.
I
No.
thought someone was too.
I guess
Well, if
people
you thought it
don't-
was me, you were wrong because I don't know how to do any of that stuff.
Of course, because it requires buttons and coordination.
It requires
Yes,
thought.
exactly.
I did she relay what they're saying to us? I mean, I assume she is.
That's her call.
Can I do a religion check
Yeah,
too?
no, I am. Yeah. So I got a
Ooh.
17.
Okay, Fire, you can go ahead and make one too.
Take it that one as a high enough.
No, I did a 9.
9. For you, Mara, being what with your background and your under, is Tobias really humming this whole time, or am I going to reach
Yeah.
through there? Okay, fair enough.
Sorry.
For you, Mara, this doesn't make any sense. The Stormlord's a weird fucker. Sometimes they appear as female, sometimes as male. I don't believe Oswald shared that much information regarding the device in his chest now. Other than the fact, something's happened and he's...
He told us it was a baby kraken.
Well, I mean, his assumptions are his assumptions, and you guys have made presumptions. But these elements of these creatures around here bear too much of a resemblance to Qualish's manifestations that he's been recently forced to make. These just feel a little bit different. This feels like bullshit to you. This doesn't feel legit.
Something.
Gaslighting us.
So you come from the sea. I too come from the sea. So I do believe, definitely, 100% believer.
Oswald, as Mara and these creatures are going back and forth, give me an insight check really quick.
Yeah.
Are they lying liars who lie? From Liesville?
Their pants on fire.
Yes, their pants are on fire. Wait, I don't think they're wearing pants.
They're not wearing pants.
And I messaged you the login info as well.
Yeah, I'm doing it right now. Okay,
Okay.
I need the thing.
Okay, let
Token.
me give you that really quick. Yes, folks, we are doing techie shit that we didn't have ready to go. 38
Because I was gone. 38.
365
Having fun.
25.
Ooh. Ooh.
Here we go.
Asborn, give me a insight or arcana check as well.
Okay, let me do that. Insight or Arcana? Wait,
Yeah.
I can't roll on mine. I'm looking at my thing right now, but I can't roll on it.
Let's just put up a Google tab and do 1d20.
Yeah.
What can't you roll?
Like I just realized that on my character page. You know how like next to the skill checks, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
It allows you to roll. Like I can't roll.
Oh,
Ooh, I
interesting.
just got a 26 medicine check. I can roll.
You can roll the little dice. Don't they have the little dice on the left hand side? The little dice emblem?
No,
on the
that's not
bottom
even
left?
there either.
Weird.
Yeah,
Oh,
it may
it,
just
it
be.
could be because you have to re-log in as well.
Yeah.
Oh man.
All.
Hey, I
Wait,
know
let me
for
just-
I know for a
night.
fact
Right.
Fire sent you some dice, so you better roll some hard dice, buddy.
Yeah.
Roll some hard dice. I sent
Me
you
That's
pulling
dice.
it out right
That's
now.
a hard no. I wish you weren't
They
so
were-
fucking awkward, bud.
They were lovely.
Okay. I'm putting that dice in the trash. I got 6.
That's 6.
Don't put it in the
I won't put it in the trash. I'll put it in the jail. I need to
Okay,
make
the
a
play
makeshift
dice.
jail. 9
You
Arcana.
put it-
9.
You
Okay.
put it in
Inside,
like.
by the way, I got a 7.
7.
Oh dear.
I would say out of all of you, especially between, actually, Tobias, you're naturally suspicious.
Yeah.
The very nature of your character.
Mhm.
You can go ahead and make an insight check as well.
Okay.
Now, Mar, do you share your insights with them in regards to this being a bullshit situation?
Oh,
I got
did
a 4.
Because I'm not insightful.
No, but the nature of your conversation with them, and well, not your nature of your conversation, but your understanding of the Stormlord. This doesn't feel like Stormlord work. This doesn't make.
Oh.
That's the part that that
It
has
feels
you
like
confused.
Qualish work.
Totally
This-
misunderstood that.
Yeah, this feels like something else. It's definitely not the Stormlord. And these things are creatures that look very similar to what Qualish has been forced to manufacture. They're just slightly different in their form. And the fact that you're speaking primordial to them, knowing that you couldn't speak to the other ones, there's something else going on here.
Did they buy into my "we're all of the sea" persuasion?
Were
Would
they
you-
nodding right now?
give me a persuasion check.
Okay.
Smile's a fake smile.
Oh, that's not terrible. That's a 15.
15. They seem unperturbed and dismissive of your argument. What'd you get, Tobias?
I got a 4.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, your guys' rolls tonight fucking suck. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's not going well
Welcome to
already.
the Storm Chasers. Remember, we were going to call ourselves the low rollers, so.
Fair enough.
Guys,
Do they
storm
do they
chasers,
seem
low
so?
rollers.
Do they seem like they're made of magic or something?
They seem physical. They seem like physical creatures. Give me an Arcana check. We'll see if you can pick up on their very essence, what you think is going on with them.
They're made of death.
14.
14. They feel both real and slightly unreal. Looking at them, there's two things you notice that's strange enough, because with that roll, I can reveal a couple things. One, if they know he's here, why not just take him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
That's what I was
But
thinking.
yet they're holding their distance as if they're unable to move any closer. Two, it's almost like they're in between two spaces of existence.
So they're probably not really even here.
Like another plane of existence.
Possibly. They kind of shimmer in and out, their weird texture of their skin. The fact that they speak primordial and aren't quite the same as what Qualish has been working on, but kind of get that same kind of vibe of what they are.
Mara, I say you tell them to
I-
bugger off. I don't think they can do anything.
Okay, hold on. If I ethereal step, it says I'm in the veil between the planes. Could I, do I see multiple planes? Just the one I left from?
Give it a try, see what happens.
Oh.
Like, no.
No,
No.
no, I just wanted to know what I,
I didn't
see.
say
when
no.
do
I
it.
said, oh.
Oh.
Low volume, sorry.
Can I look at them? Can I look at them through my goggles of
By the-
magic
by-
detection?
Yeah, as you put on the goggles. By the way, if everybody turns Mara up to 200%, you'll be able to hear
Oh.
her fine.
Oh, okay, cool.
Because I have her
Okay,
up to
let me
200
do
and
that.
I can hear her. So
Where is-
Yay.
I don't know how to do that on my phone, so I'm just gonna have to deal.
You tap on the icon.
Face.
yeah, smack Mara in the face with your
Smack
big
Mara in
big
the
finger.
Face with your
there we
finger.
go.
And hold it, and then it bloops off to the
Phew.
side, and then you can change her.
What if I told you about making up words like bloop?
Bloop
Amazing.
is not a
It's
made
not
up
a made
word.
up word.
It's
Use it all
really-
the time.
Bloop is a
How,
word.
how far am I from the closest one?
About 5 feet away, and they seem to circle and meander around as if, they're expecting some kind of response or a delivery of the individual that they've requested.
Are they all actually there in my magic detection goggles? Do they all
They're
exist?
there, but the entire mass glows a light green color.
What's green? What's green?
They are.
That would be an Oswald question.
Oswald, what magic glows green?
Isn't that like fiendish?
A magic.
I hate you.
What type of magic?
What type of magic glows green?
The green kind.
I mean, I think
Leprechauns?
it's poison. They're poison.
Leprechauns.
Are you
They're
sure they're not
leprechauns.
acid?
Which
Are
one?
they
Well,
acid?
you kind of described the nature of the magic that you're viewing, and for you, it's a bit of a cross between abjuration and What's the one for time shift?
Economy? No.
Oswald?
was it?
Oswald's the one for time shift.
Just Oswald, nothing
Oswald
else.
magic. Yeah,
Oswald
that's all it
magic.
is. Oswald
Good answer.
magic.
Only he has it.
It's kind of like a bit of abjuration and I believe it's divination.
Is divination the one that's time?
Is divination?
It's a little wibbly wobbly, timey wimey.
Yeah, it's a bit of abjuration and divination.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to ethereal step.
Guys, they're all magic. They're all glowing green.
So, Mara, you ethereal step?
What's
Yeah,
that
I'm
mean?
going to. So I am now. I
I
think I'm
don't
technically
know.
on the ethereal plane because I can see and affect creatures and objects on the ethereal plane.
Correct. So,
Forward and use my notion of magic to realize that green is abjuration.
as you guys watch suddenly as Mara disappears. She's gone. And you're standing
What-
there, and then you watch as the creatures all go still and stop moving. Only the initial creature that she was communicating with seems to be animated and responsive. For you, Mara, you suddenly find yourself in the ethereal plane. At least you think it is. Whatever barrier you just crossed over does not feel familiar to you. You are now looking across an endless sea of these creatures, millions of them, swarming and squirming, moving about, and in all directions. You can see them. Looking to your left and your right and behind you, they're everywhere. But now they have a more corporal form. Their weird skin texture feels more real. Their smell is more omnipresent. This kind of bizarre, kind of acidic and sulfuric smell combined. Their slathering masses moving and shifting about. Somewhere off in the distance, you can hear a crackle of light, thunder, snap of arcane energy, purple light crackles across this plane of wherever you are. This should be the ethereal plane, but it doesn't feel right. It feels wrong. This feels like something else. And there, in this mass, you can see a swirling kind of oscillating gateway of smoke and purple energies just swirling about as this shatter of arcana-like energy pulsing out from it and hovering ever so slightly above it. You can see the form of a very small halfling child making gestures with her hands. And then as the portal pulses, you watch as more of these creatures just spew out of it onto this plane of existence, this place, wherever it is. And then you step back in. Two things you derive from this. Whatever Tierling's doing it, she's doing it in between two places. What you're looking in front of you, you believe to not be real. Their physical real forms are somewhere else. This is a projection. This is a ruse that somebody is using to attempt to snatch Oswald.
Okay, so back on the ship.
Yep, you guys watch. Mara reappears.
I'm just gonna step like into the space of the one directly in front of me. And can I like put my hand through it?
Yeah, you step near it, put your hand through it. Your hand goes right through its kind of weird, kind of semi-illusionary state, and it pulls out. And as you do that, the whole thing just fades, collapses under your reality.
Do all of them fade or just the one?
All of them. You guys are
Yep,
now on the
so-
deck of the ship, devoid of these creatures.
That was
weird.
horrifying, really horrifying.
Where'd
Didn't
you
end
go?
up in the ethereal plane. Not sure where I ended up. Tried to be in the ethereal plane. That didn't work. But there was like millions of those little guys. And they were real over there. Not real here, though. We gotta get out of here. We gotta go. This isn't good.
We have to deal with the dark choke.
4 knots an hour. We're moving.
4 knots an
so-
hour.
We're moving out, man. We're going to be out of here in about a half an hour.
I mean, we never stopped moving.
Yeah, I mean, technically, you're still trucking along. I mean, the creatures on the surface of the ship, on the deck and coming up and over, have disappeared.
Okay, so
Okay.
that was all a ruse. And nothing to do with the Stormlord.
What about the thing that was attached to our ship?
Yeah, is it still
They
attached
came
to our
out
ship?
of that, didn't they?
They did.
Yeah, but is it still there?
Is the blobby thing still there?
I don't know. I mean, does
I'm gonna
someone
look.
want to go down and
I
check?
will
Yeah,
see.
I'm
I
gonna
will
send
sea
Ember.
lion. Oh,
Just lean over the edge.
Send
Lean over the
Ember.
edge.
As you kind of lean
Guys.
over the edge, give me a perception check.
No, I send Ember.
can Ember go
I
underwater?
want to lean over the edge, though.
I didn't think it was underwater.
Oh, it's
It is.
underwater.
It's under the ship.
Yeah.
That's why I was saying
Oh.
I will sea lion down into there.
Okay.
Gotcha. You guys watch as Sam quickly dives off the edge, transforms into a sea lion, while Mara, you're staring over. She kind of dives right over you into the water. Sam, as you get underwater, you can still see that it's there.
Is it?
All right. Does it
Is it open?
does it look open?
Give me a perception check. Evidently
Hold on, I
fires.
have to-
Evidently fires down there with you too.
Sorry.
Sea lion D&D. Hold on. Let me look up sea lion statistics.
Because I want that thing off my ship.
It's
And
not
you
even your
wanted-
ship. It's the acorn.
I'm captain in this ship. It's my ship.
Hang on just a second. Sorry. Do they not have stats for a sea lion?
We might not.
Wait. Maybe.
I mean, you can also just use seal if that's
Want it
available.
off my rent-a-boat.
My rent a boat. Yeah, oh, more rent a boat, please.
I have to bring it back in the same condition as I rented it.
Sea
Um,
lion.
I didn't get the insurance.
Sea lion. What is it?
I'm
you
like
want?
trying to pull it up and it's not coming up.
Change it to something else.
Perception?
Yeah.
Giant
Perception's
shark.
+8.
+8. Okay. So
Yeah, keep in mind, I may have to send
Ooh,
out sign-in
is-
information to everybody who is using my account. So,
that was a natty 20. So that is a
Nice.
28.
the fleshy-like form of it is split wide open, where you remember seeing all the creatures crawl out of. And in the very center of it, it's hard to tell for sure, but there's like an opaque like cloud or mist forming inside of the nodule itself. It's maybe about 15 feet in length, 10 feet in width, and this almost like a doorway is there.
Oh, that's
Don't like that. Don't like that. Don't want to touch it. Okay. I'm going to come back up and tell them all that.
I don't think we want to leave.
Get rid of it.
Well, how? How would you like me to do that?
Go bite it.
Hard pass, but thanks.
I imagine like
could,
Tobias hanging onto the helm's wheel. Just get rid of it.
We could cast water breathing, and we could all go down there and attack it.
Well, I also can just go down with my rapier.
Did it attack you? Is it alive? What's going on?
It looks
It's
like a door. Like if you
Oh.
touch it, you might go someplace.
Scrape it off.
That's a
Alright,
good
well,
option.
I need
Just
more
scrape it
help.
off
I
or
can't-
something. I don't want that thing hanging on my ship.
Tobias is
But I
like
can't do
holding
it
a
by
little.
myself.
Tobias is like holding a little barnacle scraper about 2 inches long.
Here, take this. I give her a spoon from the galley. Here,
Okay,
Alright,
so
well,
get that thing off my ship.
Rapier would get it off.
Just take a long piece of rope, put the rope along the hull of the ship, and then just scrape down. Because it's jelly, right? Yeah, that'll work.
okay, so am I doing this by myself?
No.
No,
I was gonna
Cast
go.
Fire's Dragon's
cast-
gonna help you.
water breathing.
All right.
So
I'll
who's
go
all
down.
Everyone-
going?
everyone
Who's
who's
all
going.
going underneath the boat at this point?
I'll
Uh,
go.
Oswald, you want to come too? Asborn?
Sure.
Oswald?
Let's go on an adventure.
Okay.
I mean,
I
it would
cast-
suck if you guys just died and I was just sitting up here, just chilling.
Well, it would
Would
suck for
water-
them, not you.
Water breathing on all of us.
Okay, so Tobias, you're staying up with the helm and the other sailors. The rest of you are going below, correct?
Yep. I cast water breathing on Tobias just in case.
Okay. All of you, one by one, kind of go off the edge of the ship
What?
and.
Hey, what did you do?
It doesn't give you gills, you nub. It'd be cool if it did. It'd be funny as shit, but
That'd be cool.
all of you kind of leap off the edge and into the water. All of you are now underneath the water. Exactly what Sam described is there. It's about 15, 20 feet in length, 10 feet in width. The fleshy center of it is kind of like split open, almost like a wound of some sort. In the very middle of it, you can see like an oscillating, very like dark, opaque cloud. And every now and then, now that you're all a little bit closer, you can see a crackle of light.
I'm gonna pull up my magic goggles and see if it's magical.
Oh, it's definitely magical.
I am going to dispel magic.
At what level?
What's my highest level? 6?
At level 6. You guys watch as fire. You watch as the doorway, like the oscillating energy, fades. You watch as its physical form detaches and slowly kind of comes apart and fades away and drifts out of reach.
Yay.
Well, I guess that was easier than I thought. Do we still want to beat the shit out of that thing that's falling?
I
For-
don't want
for
to touch it.
funsies?
I don't want to touch it.
I
Not
mean,
it.
we can shoot it.
I mean, feel free.
We're
I'm
underwater.
gonna guiding bolt it as it goes down.
I'll hit it with a crossbow bolt.
Okay, everybody, whoever wants to make an attack roll, go for it.
Just cause.
I haven't used my crossbow in a while. Oh. Natural 20.
I'm too scared. I don't want to use up my spells yet.
No, I don't hit it.
So natural 20 for a 29.
Yeah, you watch as it strikes
13.
strikes one of the remaining fleshy bits of the creature as it's gradually just shredding out of existence.
Did anything happen? Like, did it? I don't know.
Yeah, I just
Not
wanna
that you
make
could
sure they're
tell.
not gonna-
Okay.
The 13. Does the 13 hit?
13 would hit.
Oh, hey, then I actually hit it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, no, you might not be going.
Holy shit. 6, 12, 18. Plus 3 is 21 points of damage.
Yeah, I mean, all of you intending to hit it seem to strike it. All of you are watching as its shredded bits are just pulling apart and drifting and decaying away. You blast a piece of it. Seems that your dispel effect seemed to have the main effect.
Okay. I just want to make sure that it wasn't gonna,
Mhm.
come back. Okay. Well, that was anticlimactic, guys. Drinks?
Hey, we didn't die, so I'm happy.
Yep.
Having a good day. We don't
Yeah.
have- That other plane thing though, that kind of creeped me out a lot.
Yep.
I think I need to go get some rum.
Yep. Let's go up and get some grog.
I'm going to
Tobias.
sail in a zigzag motion for anti-submarine blob warfare.
With the
Serpentine! Serpentine!
Serpentine.
Asborn and Oswald, what are you guys doing? You're watching the rest of everybody else kind of drift back to the surface of the water at this point.
I'm just gonna help them back up.
Okay. Oswald.
Did you get it?
I'm coming back up.
Okay.
Oh man, that was so hard and it took forever. Did it feel like forever to you? It felt like forever to us.
Like
And I
1
am-
hour. Oh my
I am
god.
Yeah, we
so out of all of my spells. Oh my
we
gosh,
should
that was so
definitely
hard.
get
Do I
paid
look
extra.
rough? I look rough, don't I?
So
Yeah.
Tobias, as
Give
you
me my
watch,
spoon back.
Tobias, as you look around, you watch as Fire, Mara, Sam, Asborn all come on deck, and then you look at everyone else and go, "Well, where's Oswald?"
Hey, where's Oswald?
Oswald, did you not come back?
You guys looking around, don't see him anywhere. Oswald,
You not done with us?
as you breach the surface of the water, you're looking around. You don't see a ship. You don't see anything. The sky has darkened, and you're looking left and right, and there's a severe pain in your chest.
Oh.
A damn tax man.
It done got the Oswald.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna go
I'm
swim
gonna-
around.
Can I send him a message?
You can try.
You can try.
Oswald, you begin to swim, look frantically left and right, not seeing anybody. Off in the distance, it looks like it's miles away. You can see a small, what appears to be an island.
Swim towards it.
The minute you start swimming towards it, you're suddenly scrambling upon the beach. And you're now on the rough surface of the beach. Fire, you don't seem to be able to locate or have the ability to communicate with Oswald. Oswald, your halfling form coughing up water, the pain in your chest becomes searing. It's very painful. And you're now standing on a beach of an island. Doesn't look familiar at all to you. It seems small in size and nature, but at the very center of this island is a very tall, familiar, but not the same, crag of rock in the shape of a finger. As it hovers in front of you and over you, hundreds of feet in height. The immediate undergrowth and everything around it, the beach, the island, staring at it, you grab onto the pain of your chest. You can feel the energy coursing and pouring out of the creature in your chest. And then as you guys start frantically looking, suddenly Oswald's there. He's coughing and choking. He's kind of treading water on the surface of the water. Oswald, you can see the ship, and you begin to get helped onto the ship. His form kind of collapsing onto the deck.
All right, pull him up, pull him up, pull him up. Does he look okay? Does he look the same? Does he still have a glowing jewel in his chest?
Get him some rum.
Give me a perception check.
And my perception is, my passive is 18. No, I don't want that dice. That dice has been killing me lately.
It's killing me.
Right.
Just
17.
Throw it away.
17. I mean, as far as you can tell, it's still there. Maybe he just got lost under the water. Who knows? Looks fine.
Okay, patting him on the back. Does he need... I'm not mouth-to-mouthing him, but... can he breathe? Is he breathing? He's coughing, right?
Raise
Yeah,
his
he's
hands
coughing up water and just kind of seems a little bit tired from the swim.
Oswald, you okay? You should have been able to breathe water. What the fuck?
It's awesome, thanks. We're good. We're fine.
Did you get lost? You only had to swim up.
Only one way to go, buddy.
Just kind of swam up into a different dimension for a second.
What? Where?
Elaborate? Question mark.
That
Was
seems
that-
weird.
was that-
Explain.
Yeah, that's weird. Explain. Was that the same one with all of the dead things, not dead things that Mara blipped to?
I don't know. I don't know what she saw, but I saw the crag finger.
Cragfinger. Oh man, how many of those does that guy have? Hopefully only 5. How many have we been to? 3?
2.
And keep 2 hands.
Well,
well, from
could've
your
lost-
understanding, the vault of the Stormlord was was in the semblance of a hand, and the vault proceeded at its base and was a series of protrusions thought to be the fingers of the hand, and the vault of the Stormlord was that.
There was one,
Correct. The one major
and
finger.
then there was one with Yorm.
Yep. That's
And
the
then
only.
I
Nope.
thought we'd been to another one when he was chasing us.
Nope. That actually just
That-
that took place out in the water, just in the storm.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Just
we've been to
the
two.
one where we rescued him.
Man, Oswald, do you have to deal with 3 more?
I don't know. But I don't like it.
Well, if the next one that you go to has owlbears and it has babies, can we keep one?
I don't know. Sure, why not?
No pets on the ship.
But you're
Says
here,
the rat.
Tobias.
Huh?
But you're here.
Yeah, he doesn't want any other furry creatures. He
He
and
doesn't
I,
want
only furry
competition.
creatures.
You
Only furry
can't
creatures.
be an exception to your own rule.
First mate, place him in the brig. Everyone set sails. Set the sails taut. Taut.
First, we know that I have 3 disintegrates at any time.
I don't know if the acorn has a brig.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's a pretty small vessel. I mean, you guys remember from bringing on your equipment, transferring it from the Crimson Mouse. It probably doesn't have a brig. It barely has enough space for a hold, a common area. It doesn't even have the ability to, carry cannon. It's a very quick ship designed specifically to move quickly.
All right. No brig then.
No brig. Probably better that we don't,
Nail his feet to the deck.
or that. How
think
about we just
okay
how
with
about we
that.
just sentence him to looking at this Leviathan book?
Ah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's the book that made my head hurt. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
we'll
give
make
it-
his
give
head
him that.
hurt.
Study that
Yeah. Yeah.
will study the book.
astrophysics book.
as your punishment.
Yeah.
So as your second day
Okay.
of journey continues, you're expected to at least hopefully reach the sections of the drag shallow reefs within the next 2 or 3 days.
Where's my map?
Assuming the weather holds and the wind gauge holds as well. You guys hand the book off to Oswald. Oswald,
Had
as,
it, actually.
as you take the book for them, you're a little miffed, or you're not sure why they can't read it. You could read it plain as day. I mean,
No, we could read it. We just didn't get it.
yeah, he gets it. He's already thumbing through it as he walks off. For you, Oswald, this is written in arcane magics. It's written specifically for someone masterful in arcane techniques to be able to invoke, imbue all the enchantments and transportation spells that are associated to these massive manacles, and everything you need to know and everything you need to use in order to apply these to the creature, or the creature you've come to know as Scourge. It seems like it's designed specifically to trap and manage and contain the creature known as Scourge. And as far as you can tell, once the creature has been rendered inert, unconscious, or whatever form it needs to be in, these are applied. You invoke the different sigils on each one of the neck-sized manacles. And then there's a teleportation verse that you quickly speak out and invoke. And it seems to be sent off to wherever the anchor point is of this teleportation item.
Did he find out whether we would have to touch the manacles to the beast, or if he would have to be touching both? I forget if we clarified that last time.
The manacles would
But
definitely
the-
have to be applied, and while applied, he would have to read from the book.
So we have to knock Scourge out first.
Or render him immobile long enough to apply the manacles. Or even apply the manacles in any way you could feel attempting to do it, and then
We can't
perhaps,
even lift the manacles.
well, they are big.
How does it say to lift him? Get it?
I thought we said we were gonna ram the ship. That's why we had the acorn instead of the crimson mouse.
Oh yeah.
We were like sacrificing the ship for this purpose.
Oh yeah, we could sacrifice this ship, no problem. Yeah. Acorn, even a good name for a ship. Not like the beautiful, sleek crimson.
So with
Mountains.
the second
Right.
day nearly done, is there anything else anybody wants to do before we start the third day?
I want to write in my journal, and I want to play with Ember.
I'm gonna make Tobias exercise. Come on.
Okay.
I'm waiting.
Move your fingers.
You're like, oh, Asborn, help me train. I want to be stronger, and we haven't done it in like 4 days.
Hey, I've been busy, man. Where are
Yeah,
you? Where are you the other day? You're off getting drunk and playing your little
Well-
flute to the crew,
I like.
dancing around, hippie hopping around
She
Well,
was
looks like-
inspiring the
with your
crew.
dance boots on.
Well, I mean,
Inspiring.
when the captain isn't that inspirational, a bard has to take their place. Give the crew some motivation, you know?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, keep it up.
I pull out like a small journal. I have a side pocket, and it
Okay.
has just like our little routine of what we're gonna do.
Okay.
Today we're gonna do stamina, so we're gonna do like push-ups, like body work, like free body, no weights.
You're doing core?
Yeah, like core. We can do arm. No, like just full free body. So like push-ups, sit-ups,
Gotcha.
squats.
Gotcha.
You know, I only push up like 2 inches. Like,
So with Asborn helping
It's a
you,
start.
Tobias, go ahead and give me a strength check really quick.
strength. Let's see what the strength is. I got a 19. Is it like a saving throw, strength saving throw, or
No, strength check. Just roll a d20.
just
as
roll?
your- yeah.
A 19.
Do you actually, between you and Asborn, having a good workout session? I mean, it feels good. Was successful. You feel like maybe if you keep this up a little bit longer, a few more days, a few more weeks, it might improve your strength.
Okay. Cool.
That's
So-
it for tonight for me then.
Anybody else want to do anything before we click off a
I
long
would like
rest?
to make more ink.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a wisdom check.
We left Albin with the crimson mouse, right?
Correct. So instead of advantage, it'll be a normal wisdom check.
7.
7. Give me performance, or give me sleight of hand with disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
The gods, the dice gods are against us tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I got 12 both times.
Okay. Give me a regular performance check.
10. No,
10.
wait. Performance 11.
11. You produce a pretty mediocre one dose of whichever one you were trying to do.
Let's say the blue.
The blue. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay. I mean, if you try to use it to apply a tattoo, it might not be as good as you'd like it to, and it could be a challenge to utilize.
Okay.
All right. So
That's it.
that'll bring us to the end of day 2. It is now the morning of day 3. All of you wake up after a long rest and continue the journey. Tobias, give me a D12, please.
Oh,
Baby
It
needs a
always
new
took
pair of
me.
shoes. 8.
8. Actually, good sailing, good weather. You actually managed to make up a day. The wind gauge is definitely on your side, and you guys proceed through this third day without any issues. Anybody want to do anything with this third day? Okay.
I'm watching out for more sludgy thingies, blobby thingies underneath the ship, and I mean not from the side of the ship, not really under the ship. Do we want to scry on someone? Since the gem of scry, we can scry on someone once a day.
Let's
Try and
check out my ship.
Okay.
All right.
Make sure those everybody's okay over there.
So I will take the gem of scry and I will scry on the ship.
Okay. Focusing on all the individuals that you're familiar with, your third eye kind of drifts up, heads in that direction at hyper speed, floats over it momentarily. Morning. The Crimson Mouse, the what's the other two? The Blue Opal
Trident and the blue opal.
and the
Golden
and the
something.
Golden Trident. All three
Golden Trident.
are there. However, there appears to be 2 additional ships that you don't recognize. There seems to be a crowd of individuals on the Crimson Mouse and the Blue Opal taking on new cargo, new supplies, new refits. It would seem that perhaps Albin was successful in getting 2 new ships to join the group. And then your scrying effect kind of fades, and you begin to realize that that's probably a possibility. They didn't seem to be at odds or in combat with each other, but you didn't recognize the ship names, and you did not recognize the flags that were waving as well. The one ship was the Ivory Tooth. The other ship was the Half Smile.
Ivory Tooth, Half Smile. Okay. Okay, so we had the golden orb and the trident. Which one sank? Was it the golden orb or was it the trident?
It was the golden orb.
Okay. I forgot to write that down. Sank. Okay. Okie dokie. I will relay that to the group.
Okay.
Looks like
yeah,
2 more ships
all
joined
right.
them. And everyone's okay. Everyone appears to be okay.
All right.
Okay.
Mara, at some point at the end, because we're on the 3rd day, correct? Or the 4th day? 3rd day.
3rd day.
4th day. We started the 4th day. Right?
Okay. Yeah. You said nothing happened on day. Well, I have it as day 12 since we've been sailing. So.
Well, there's the long term. But for you, Mara, at some point on this particular day, this is the tail end of the 3rd day, my bad.
Okay.
Because you just rolled an 8 for smooth sailing. Mara, at some point during your activities and proclivities of your day, there's a familiar voice in your head as Albin calls out to you. Well, my dear, I managed to secure 2 additional ships to aid us. They owe me some favors. They owe the Order some favors. It would appear that the goblins and orcs that I've done some favors for in the past are quite interested in our campaign. They have brought interesting information to me. I will collect it and have it ready for you when you return.
I'll reply, that's great news. Fire actually was able to see the ships with some scrying earlier. I'll relay the information about the additional helpers.
And through the sending stone, you hear is, the usual, good, please be careful, dear.
Always. You as well.
And anybody else want to do anything on this 3rd day before we start the 4th day?
Just make sure the crew's got all the sails rigged properly and that we're going as fast as we can.
Persuasion or intimidation? It's up to you, Tobias.
We suck at both.
We have Asborn do it.
I can cast guidance
I can
before
help.
you do that.
I can play a little tune for the crew.
Yeah, that's all right. It's not that big of a deal. They're always gonna mess with me anyway. Intimidation. I'd do persuasion. Okay, so 17.
17.
Ooh,
And I'll
nice.
say with both Asborn and anybody else that wants to help, the ship itself has an inspiration of D8 as you give a good account of your orders and your support of the crew, and the ship is also having a good traveling day recently. So instead of making a roll for the 4th day or requiring a 5th day, on the morning of the 4th day, the beginning of the drag shallow reefs could be seen both via the maps that are available to you, as well as one of the sailors up in the crow's nest eventually points in the direction of the drag shallow reef. And just beyond the point that you believe to be the drag shallow reef, you can see the beginnings of Dark Toe Island.
Okay. I'll get,
Land ho.
because we're next to the reefs and things, I'm going to slow the ship. And I'll have the crew do soundings to make sure we're not going to run into anything.
Okay.
Put people, extra people in the crow's nest to make sure that they can shout out if they see any reefs.
So the
or
more
anything.
people that are keeping an eye out for the reefs will allow you to have slight advantage on sleight of hand as you're attempting to help steer the vessel through the drag shallow reefs.
I will look
Can
out for
I
stuff.
can I help with control water? I can like flood us slightly over anything that.
Yeah, everybody go ahead and describe for me how they want to help. And then this will allow me to have you make a series of rolls. And then this will be the DC. This will be the advantage that Tobias will be required. I have a DC in mind because this is a difficult area. So we'll start with Sam, since you already brought that up. You can go ahead.
I'm going to do control water, and with control water, I can do flood, which means that I can cause the water level of all standing water in the area to rise by as much as 20 feet.
Ooh.
So trying to go over anything that, if they notice that we're going to start dragging, I would start lifting the ship up slightly.
Fair enough. And you already watch as the first sailor is swinging the sounding bell and throws it out to see how many fathoms. Already the water is significantly getting shallow. You hear the sound of the bell. Bing,
Do the same.
bing, bing, for 3 fathoms. And what would you like to try to do, Fire?
I can do the same. The control water if as needed.
Okay. With this first attempt with both Fire and Sam helping, Tobias, give me sleight of hand with advantage.
That's 24.
24. The soundings are called out. You have to make a slight adjustment, and you pass by 20 feet off to the right. You can see the froth of the reef kind of causing the waves to kind of break and caress across the reef, and you manage to avoid the first section of the reef. Who wants to help him with the second section? Oswald, or Mara, or Asborn?
Yeah, I was gonna climb up to like the crow's nest to help kind of shout out.
Okay. Go ahead, and for you, Mara, go ahead and give me perception.
Okay.
Just gonna cast cantrip firebolts at any debris that would crash into the ship.
Okay, fair enough. Asborn, anything you'd like to do to help?
Gravity sinkhole.
Ooh, I
Actually,
like
no,
that.
that's a really high level spell for this. Do I want to waste it?
No.
It's your call.
I got
No.
a
Just
15.
inspire the crew, Bard.
Yeah, I'll use bardic inspiration
Okay, fair
on
enough.
Tobias.
Mara seems to be sounding as a lookout. Oswald is making sure that bits of rock and debris are not in the way and potentially damaging the ship. Meanwhile, the whole time, Asborn, she is kind of crooning to the crew and everybody else as they shift up and down the deck of the ship. So, Tobias, go ahead and give me another sleight of hand with advantage.
It'll be 27.
27. Once again, you're able to steer through another section. As this continues, the team as a whole is beginning to help you. You've made it through 2 sections of the drag shallow reefs. An hour goes by, and you're now in the section that begins to take you closer to Dark Toe. You're in between 2 gaps of the major reefs. And it's here that you're met with the beginnings of masts poking up out of the water. At first, all of you can see one or two. Then after a while, you can see just dozens of pieces of debris, masts, sections of ship kind of floating on the water, hitting off the reefs, kind of some leaning up and stacked up on the reefs. You can see it in all manner of shape. Some looks like it's been damaged by either fire or other blackened soot remnants on the ship. Others look to be shattered and pierced with strange remnants of jagged markings up and down the debris. The ship.
Do they
kind-
look? Do
Sorry.
they look recent?
Give
Undead
me
Hydra.
give me a survival check.
You don't have to tell me. I already know what did it.
Mhm.
That stupid Hydra will it go?
22.
22. Hard to know for sure. Some seems recent. Some parts of debris seem to be older because you could see where algae and seaweed have collected in some areas, where other debris seems to be devoid of algae and seaweed. As you drift deeper into the drag shallow reefs, Tobias, give me sleight of hand. Normal sleight of hand because of the amount of debris. Everybody's still helping you, but it's becoming difficult to
Okay.
steer.
So I got an 18.
18. You watch as the flood effort from Sam is consumed, and you watch as at the last moment, the effort allows the ship to just barely avoid a very long section of jagged reef. You bump slightly off of some debris, but you manage to keep going. It's
That was a close one.
It's getting denser. The island now is beginning to get closer. And as you're getting slightly closer to the island, I'll say you're about 1,000 feet from the shore of some of the beaches that you can see near the island. So far, no sign of people. Go ahead and give me another sleight of hand check as you are attempting to manage this place.
So that would be a 26.
26. Better. This time, you can hear Mara call out from above. You can hear Oswald kind of take care of some floating debris. And you're now within the main portion of the drag shallow reefs. You're in kind of like a calming bay just outside of the peripheral of Dark Toe Isle. As you guys begin to round that is southern, as you begin to round the southern bend, there is another steep portion of reef that you're able to avoid, and now you can make out the ruined remains of Dark Toe. And as all of you stand there looking across, you watch as the form of Scourge is momentarily seen. You can see the massive undead heads kind of bobble up for a moment as it seems to be making its den among the debris of the island. You can also just make out floating corpses in the water, dressed in sailor attire or pirate attire. You see flags and more current debris. Off in the distance, you can hear very like soft sounding explosion sounds, like and every now and then a flare of light as something arcs over and crashes into the debris of Dark Toe. You watch as one of the heads of the Hydra reels back and dips back down. And as it dips back down, you watch as the front half of a ship is flung up into the air in a high arc, and not more than a couple hundred feet from the front of the Acorn. It's like an 80-foot section of this ship just crashes right off to the right side of the Acorn. Something definitely seems to be going on the other side of Dark Toe.
Fire,
Yeah.
send a message.
Yeah.
We found him.
Okay.
And Should we turn around and go back, or should we wait here, or what do you want to do?
I'm gonna send a message to Albin that we found Scourge.
And tell him
Dark Toe is
toast.
toast.
There's a response from Albin. Is there any sign of any survivors or ships?
No, not that we can
On
see.
the south side, and all I see is Scourge making a nest in the middle of everything.
That used to be Dark Toe.
That used to be Dark Toe. And he's throwing 80-foot chunks of ships around, and there's a lot of bodies.
Why did we have to follow that map? Why? Why am I so stupid?
We ask ourselves the same thing every day.
Don't rub it in. I'm already beating myself up enough.
Because this will take a couple spell slots, obviously, because your initial message, response, initial message, he responds, well, perhaps we can make some assumptions. Better to be on the air of caution and safety. Perhaps return as we gather up a new fleet to possibly deal with this.
He looks like he's making a den, so he doesn't look like he's going anywhere.
Ah, yes, I don't know much about undead hydras, but if it sounds like he is dealing with... Well, yes, I don't know.
He's nesting.
I don't know if that's the case, but hey, you know what? Bring my wife home, please.
She didn't make it. I'm sorry. She had a nasty tumble. No. All right. So he tells us to come back?
Yeah.
He recommends it. He's not telling you to do anything. He just provides his advice.
All right. Well,
do we want to investigate more on the island, or do we want to go back and gather more people? And
here's the question:
at least do a walkthrough to see if there's any survivors, anyone we can take with us.
I'd like to claim my island in the name of me, but before I do that, I want to ask you: do we want to subject our friends back there to what we're going to get ourselves into?
Like, it's our mess, we should probably clean it up.
Or should we just clean it up ourselves? I mean, we got ourselves into this mess. I would hate to see, our friends and loved ones back there sacrifice themselves for no reason, but it's...
I think we may need more damage than just the six of us can deal in order to subdue...
Aren't the manacles for the Hydra?
Yeah, but we have to subdue the Hydra and put them on the Hydra. I don't know if we can do that alone. He just threw an 80-foot chunk of ship.
So is he on... So are we looking at the bay where Dark Toe is and we can see that from here? Or is it kind of on the other side of some hills? Or
you get the feeling it's on the other side of the town itself. Looking from where you are on the south point of the island, where Dark Toe is on the map, right? You guys are coming around like near the southern point, but there's a series of, there's jungle, there's not really much low-lying hills. There's kind of like cliff plateau-like areas, and Dark Toe kind of sits both partially in the water, partially up and over this plateau section. You're just making out every now and then his head's kind of rising over the horizon of what you can see, and then hearing distant explosions and gunshots. And then
we can hear gunshots?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So there's already people trying to take him down.
Yeah, probably.
And the debris field is quite massive the closer you're getting to this point.
Sorry, go ahead.
And I would say the amount of debris is quite representative of at least well over 3-4 dozen ships.
Oh my God.
If there are people out there that are surviving, I don't think we can in good conscience be like, we'll wait, thanks. Like, we have the manacles that can stop him.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Well, Then
It was nice knowing you all.
we'll return then. We might need some of those ships to get this job done, I guess.
Don't we have the manacles on this ship with us, though?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did
but
we move?
It's a vote for you guys.
You guys left the large.
Oh no, the manacles are left on the other
They're on the
ship.
Crimson Mouse.
Yeah, they're on the
crap.
Crimson
Okay,
Mouse.
we need to book it. We need to book it.
Or we
Okay,
need
so I'm
to
gonna
tell them
go-
to get book here.
Well,
I mean,
I think I want to we can at least leave the area.
I mean,
Meet them
Darktoe's a
halfway.
pretty. I mean, Darktoe's not quite as big as Bawali. Bawali's a large island. It's definitely not as small as Vadke. You could safely try to reach the northern point of the island because you have maps and charts telling you.
I'm just thinking right where the little on the north's up, right, south's down, and is west left and east right on the
Correct.
map that I'm looking at.
Correct.
Okay, so on the east side of the island, right where the little bit of forest or jungle is,
A good point.
maybe we could go right into that little area right there, the little divot right there.
On the
where
north side divot or the south side divot?
No, the east side divot.
Yes, but on the east side, the north side of the little arrow that comes out, or the south side of the little arrow that comes out?
Use your little pointer thing.
I can't use my little pointer thing on his computer.
Yeah.
So
Go
there's
down.
This is the
Go
north
down into-
section. This is the
Right there.
southern section, right?
Yeah,
That's
go
where
to the east.
going east.
On the east side, yeah, right there, right in that
But
little divot right there.
That's the section that
so-
you guys currently are. Or
okay.
you're like down here,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
The challenge you have with going anywhere further north and in this direction is the massive amount of reefs.
Right.
They're
I don't
like
want to go.
So
right
we may
there.
have to go around the south side and into that little bay on the
Well, I don't want them to see it. Though.
that little hook.
Going down the south side will take you right past Darktoe, invisible to anything in Darktoe.
I don't want to go there.
All right, what if we go around all of those reefs and then come in through that little channel it looks like there is to get to the tippy top point?
Well,
Could
at this
that
point,
work?
we can kind of help our other ships through what we've just went through because we've been through it.
Well, they're going to have to find their own a different way because they sit lower in the water.
yeah, because they're a lot heavier. Plus, they've got the manacles.
Mm-hmm.
I say that we stay in this little clear area on the east side because it's far enough away from Darktoe where we could probably anchor, and he probably won't see us unless he starts flying around. We've got.
Do hydras fly?
Hydras don't fly. He doesn't have
I don't know,
wings.
swim or whatever they do, however they get places. I don't know.
Well, he could turn this way and start, like
How did he get off the island if he can't fly? I just figured he was flying.
he probably walked across the bottom of the ocean.
Great. So I mean, there's that little bit of jungle area we could run into if we had to flee for our lives, which, we do quite a lot of. And we'd be visible for the ships coming in. They would see where we're anchored, and we could use that as a staging area.
Sammy,
Did we already tell them to hurry up and get their butts over here?
No, he told us to go back there.
No, he didn't tell you to do anything.
Okay, he suggested that we go back there.
Yeah. So I'll double check the maps to make sure that's a clear area. And then we can make our way over there. And that'll get us away from the massive amounts of debris, right?
I mean, everywhere around the island is debris. There just happens to
But
be
next
less.
to Darktoe, it gets thicker, right?
Yeah, it gets worse.
Okay, yeah. So if we're to make our way just north and then on the east side, just make our way north and then to that little inlet where the trees come closest to the shore, we'll just anchor there.
Okay.
Yeah, but we're potentially going to have to sit here for 4 days as they come here.
How? Okay.
But why would we go 4 days back just to go 4 days back here again? Why should we just
Right.
wait for him?
Okay.
I think we need to figure out who we're hearing fighting and see if we can hook up with them.
Can we scry on them? Or send one of our familiars?
Yeah, maybe send one of your little beasts over there.
It's too far to see through their eyes.
I thought you could see through them, but you couldn't communicate any longer.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's put our message out. We'll have them meet us here. Then we'll send out a party. Maybe we'll all go to just kind of reconnoiter and see what's going on.
Well, if we're not going back, should I tell Albin to start making his way?
Well, yeah, so
Maybe.
send a message to them and say, we're going to wait here for you. Give them our location on the map. And
We're at E5.
and tell them,
You sank my battleship.
Newton Bradley's game.
Okay, Dracula.
All right. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
Fire, did I tell you that I can communicate with Albin without using spells?
No, you did not.
Okay, so I can
Good job.
communicate with Albin without using any spells.
Now she tells us.
I mean, it was like a wedding gift. It was personal or whatever, but like I'll use it for this, so it's fine. So I'll pull out the sending stone. And Albin, are you there?
Yes, dear. Is everything okay?
Yeah, definitely. There are people here in Dark Toe, and we can't in good conscience leave them here. So we're gonna stay and try to locate them if you guys want to start making your way this direction.
Unfortunately, I'm stuck here. Weather front has hit us. I'm also aware that at least 6 other vessels are making their way to us. Believe it or not, I'm not sure why this has occurred. But the Cobalt Soul has managed to, procure some Dwendal war galleys, and they have agreed to aid us. They should be here in a day or so. They were already evidently in the area. Me and Oz can be on our way in 2 days.
Okay, fantastic. Will you let them know we're here, so if they see us, they don't like fire on us accidentally?
Yes. I would imagine that the risk of a undead Hydra attacking, hey, Initiative League, I would imagine that the risk of an undead Hydra attacking, I would imagine they're going to use caution when approaching. Do you have a recommended approach to this island?
Yeah, so we actually just sailed through. It was a little bit dicey, and then can I sort of explain how we did it?
Mm-hmm. Good to know. I will take notes and be sure that
Where we're gonna
we
be anchored.
at least practice the same degree of caution. I know the larger ships will have issues. The drag shallow reefs are not to be fucked with.
Yeah, it was a little dicey.
It was
All right. Well, as soon as you can get on your way.
Take care of my ship. Don't let nothing happen to my ship.
Life wants you to make sure his ship is okay.
2 days? Why is it going to take him 2 days?
Yes, let him know his bed is very comfortable.
Will do.
Ew, he's getting fur in my bed.
What?
Your
that
fur would be in the
lion
bed.
fur.
He doesn't
I know,
sleep in
I
his
know.
lion form.
Hopefully he doesn't squirt his sick.
Hey, wait a
lines all
minute.
over
You
the place.
are essentially a
I
lion.
know.
I mean,
I know.
For that, I'm gonna shift into my grizzly bear and go sleep in her bed.
Ugh, fur in my bed. Ugh.
so give me another sleight of hand check, Tobias, as you try to steer the acorn towards the destination you're trying to reach. Everybody's helping, doing soundings, doing the 16. I'll say Fire and Sam, once again, you have to expend spell slots to assist the acorn from avoiding another an unforeseen shallow reef like section. You feel the ship kind of lurch up and then shift off and out of the way. But you managed to give out the sounding for the final fathoms. You're roughly in about 50 feet of water, enough for a low draft of this vessel. You can hear the small anchor. There's a single tandem aboard to allow people to ferry their way onto the beach.
How close are we to the beach?
You're about 20 feet. Not 20 feet. You're about 200 feet offshore at this point.
Okay.
You got to maintain a certain amount of draft on the vessel. At a 30-foot draft will allow you to not be negatively affected in case of storm or tides shift and activity like that.
I will pretend like I understand what that means.
Okay.
Okay.
I know Tobias does. So what are you guys doing? It's now, I'll say it's late afternoon on your 4th day since you've arrived.
Do we want to make for sure and see if we can scout anything?
I would say we should stay on shore. Trying to see if there's any way that we could get them here faster.
You could get within range of your little beasts and send them out to see what they can see.
Well, we're 200 feet from shore, and the range is 100 feet to see
No,
through them.
No, you're
But
going
we
to
can-
row
No,
them
I was
and then
I was
march
talking about
over
the other
there, like, with your feet.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah.
then when you get close enough, but not too close to get seen, you can send out your little creatures.
I could cast walk. We could walk over the water.
Oh, there's that too. Yeah. Yeah. We
So
just
in the water. In the water is so much better.
Yeah, but there is a giant beast in the water right now.
Well,
I
but you get
mean,
the
There's
water
a giant beast in the water.
you don't have to deal with drying out your fur.
What giant beast is in the water?
He's on the land right now. We can see him up over the.
Oh
He
yeah,
has that
that
out.
thing. Yeah, I know. Thought you said
Um,
there's something else floating around.
Well, I mean, let me scry on Scourge.
Yeah, Scry,
see what's
tell us
going
what.
Oh, well, there you go.
How
So-
Do you
do
want
you
to ritual cast it?
feel like no?
You could. It's another day. You could use the eye again.
We didn't use it
That's true.
today.
I think so.
No.
Okay, then I will use the. Well, I don't have to. If I just ritual cast Scry, then I don't have to use the eye even. No, I'll
Either
use
way.
the eye. Because you can tell more about stuff.
As you take the gem and focus in on it, your third eye begins to. And as soon as it gets within Darktoe's area of influence, it just dissipates.
Guys, they have a Scry ban on Darktoe.
Uh-huh.
You don't.
Lame.
Give me an Arcana check, Fire.
I know what that's not what that's called, but
I've got a firewall up, guys.
Get a firewall up. I got a 12.
Yeah. As far as you know, it's quite possible that Scourge was able to resist the effect.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Man, even with the he made his wisdom save.
So, yeah, the only way you're going to do it is to go over there.
No, I could just scry it. Anyone know something about Darktoe? Anyone been to Darktoe? So we don't have to scry on Scourge.
Have I been to Darktoe?
I should have been.
Nobody's been to Darktoe.
No
No.
one's been. Okay.
We don't know what's over there. We can't scry on a thing over there. Grr.
Could
Okay.
I?
We'll try again tomorrow.
Conjure a wind elemental to go fly over there and then fly back? Could I do that?
Apparently communicate with elementals because you created it.
I think so.
How long
Let me-
do
let me
wind
look it up.
elementals last?
Hold on.
Well, and wasn't I able to speak to the elementals on Quellish's boat with Primordial?
Yeah.
Is that what they spoke?
Yes, it was primordial.
Okay.
I mean,
How
they
long
do
do they
have
last?
their own languages, but because they had been augmented and reconstructed, it was it was the augmentation that allowed them to speak primordial. Otherwise, all elementals have their own sentient language.
Okay, so it won't necessarily speak, or it won't speak Primordial if she conjures one.
No, I believe, if I'm correct,
Because it says
Eh,
it obeys any verbal commands that you issue to it.
Right,
So
but
it can understand me.
But if it can't communicate information back to you, I don't know if that will do any good.
And how long is it conjured for till it gets?
Up to an hour.
Oh, okay, so that'd work.
yeah, air elementals speak Ayuran. Auran. Arun.
I don't speak that.
In Oswald,
Okay.
comprehend languages.
I have
Then-
comprehend languages, but I'm trying to see if it's concentration.
So we need tongues, don't we?
No, tongues is written.
I thought
Isn't-
comprehend.
Yeah,
was
so
written.
I
Or
could
is
ritual
tongues-
cast
am I
comprehend
mixing them
languages.
Tongues is
Tongues is spoken.
speaking, spoken. Comprehend
Comprehend
languages
languages is written.
Correct.
So it's tongues that you would need. I'm
So-
gonna send Ember.
No, but comprehend languages says you understand the literal meaning of any spoken language that you hear.
Oh, okay.
So I could technically cast comprehend languages on myself, immediately cast conjure elemental, and then send it out and bring it back.
How long does it last for?
An hour.
An hour?
Yeah.
Possible.
Do you guys want to do that? I mean, we'd have to we're just sitting and chilling and waiting for them anyways.
I'm gonna send
Wait.
Ember as well.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mara, what did you say? I couldn't hear you.
I was just making sure they're not both concentration.
No, one is ritual cast.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
so,
I will-
tongues. What you can do is the target. When the target speaks, any creature that knows at least one language and can hear the target understands what it's saying. So not only is tongues, you can understand a spoken language, but they can understand you. Whereas comprehend
I
languages,
don't have
you can.
tongues.
I don't have it prepared, but I have it. I
Good to
just
know.
don't have it prepared.
Good to know.
Good to know. So
Yeah, do it. I like it.
cool. So I'm ritual casting. Obviously, it's got to take 10 minutes. Concentrating. Doing my juju. And then after that, it's going to be conjure elemental. Where do I have that? Oh,
And-
shit. Did I not? Oh, no, I do have it. We're good. We're good. All right.
Put on Flight of the Valkyries.
So I'm conjuring it, an air elemental. And
Okay.
as soon as it appears, I'm going to ask it to go seek out the beast scourge and describe what it looks like and just let us know about where it is, what it's doing,
And if they
and
see,
give us a report.
see if
And
they-
what?
If they see any people on the island.
If they see any people there, how many, what are they doing?
Yes.
Reconnaissance stuff.
Yep. I tell Ember the same.
Ember's got like a little Vietnam helmet on. About 2 clicks out, we put on the music.
Her little thimble as a helmet.
has the comedian on the top and Born to Kill on the back.
That's right.
So, following the instructions, the air elemental comes into existence. It's little tiny, like charcoal-like eyes. Its body kind of, and it kind of nods in your direction, acknowledging the commands, and it drifts. You watch as Ember begins to, at a steady pace. 5 minutes goes by, 15 minutes goes by, 25
Wow.
minutes goes by.
I will watch through her eyes until she passes
Mhm.
too far for me to do.
I need both of you to make stealth checks first off, please.
And there's a great disturbance in the forest as if thousands of familiars scream out at once. And you're silenced.
Tobias, that's fucked up. Fuck.
Natty 20. And so
Nice.
it was stealth.
Correct.
Was it stealth?
Yep.
Oh, 19. I have a -1.
For your elemental, is it -1?
Oh, no. My bad.
Does she get?
me-
Does she get?
Yeah, elemental
advantage?
has a +5 on their dex.
Then never mind. It's 25.
Okay.
You get advantage. I mean, she's tiny. She should totally get advantage.
Being stealthy.
You're clumsier
she
than
got a
wind.
19. Stealth, right? 19.
Okay.
He's gonna kill my familiar.
At about
Did you bring her back?
45. So while this hour is counting down, does anybody else want to do anything with this time? Got an hour to kill at this point.
We're watching the island with
I'm
bated breath.
putting out sentries to make sure that
And I
nothing
keep reading
sneaks
the
up
book.
on us.
Okay. Oswald, give me an investigation check while you're reading the book. Sam, you're concentrating on the air elemental. Fire, you're nervously waiting for Ember. Tobias, what are you doing with your time other than sitting out of the camera shot?
I'm making sure my ship's all anchored correctly, that I'm putting out the watch to make sure that nothing's flying coming in, nothing's coming in from below.
Okay.
Making sure that nothing's coming in on the island.
So
Asborn, what are
offer-
you doing with your time?
I'm dying of boredom. Just sitting on a barrel, looking around, doing nothing.
Very very Sinclair-like.
How
I'm
do you
looking
help?
at my
I don't-
instruments, just doing nothing.
I got a 22, by the way.
Okay. For you, Oswald, taking a little bit more time to peer into this book, get a bit more of a distinct understanding of the nature of the manacles and the intent of the book and the effort that it's going to take. Two things you pick up on. Whoever crafted these and therefore invoked the magics to be used on them, it's impossible for a single person to accomplish this. So you get the feeling at least multiple individuals of very high arcanic skill were probably involved. Perhaps even the artificer, the mysterious artificer that seems quite capable and adept at making physical items that are either very much infused with arcanic magics, but the nature of the spells themselves appear to require somebody with more advanced understanding and knowledge of the teleportation spell and the other schools of magic and other things invoked on these manacles. I would even say, as you take a few minutes to think on this, on the writings and the crafting of this book, you inadvertently come across a page that has a timestamp on it. This book was probably written over 21 years ago, which seems strange, but it is what it is. Old book, old manacles. You gleaned a little bit more understanding, and you begin to realize as long as you have possession of this book during the attempt of adhering the manacles to the creature, at the conclusion of the final manacle being latched, all of the spells and enchantments of the manacles will be invoked through your casting of the single conclusive line of arcane magic from the book. But the timing seems important. The understanding of timing and use of both the book and the manacles seem to be very straightforward.
I think that book is sus.
I'd say that.
So, at the conclusion, at about the 35-minute mark, Mara, you feel the connection with the elemental sever. Your spell drops, and you no longer feel as if you're concentrating on its form anymore. Ember never
Poop sandwich.
Ember never returns.
No.
Now, if she dies, I feel that, don't I?
You sense the disconnect.
Okay. Then I will pull out the stuff to bring her back.
Okay.
And I'll spend the next hour bringing her back.
Okay.
So
Gonna use
that
my-
didn't work.
I was gonna use my hour to go under the ship to kind of check things out under there, make sure we're all good.
Everybody give me perception checks, please.
Oh, do I still get one?
No, because you're ritual
See.
casting right now.
I'm sucking so bad.
Team.
Wow.
Perception not bad though, even though with that.
Let's see.
12.
Yeah, that's what I got. I got a 12.
I got a 3.
I got a
Don't tell me I'm
12.
at 13.
And that's
I
for
got
the +9.
I'm still looking. I'm still looking at my flute.
I got 16.
Oh my god, the dice suck tonight. All right. I sacrifice a dice to the dice gods. All right, let's see if that works.
Okay, so Oswald, what'd you get?
16.
Tobias?
12.
Fire, you're ritually casting. Mara, what'd you get?
13.
Sam?
I got a 12.
Asborn, you got a 3.
Yeah, 3.
Yeah. Oswald, you're the only one that hears it. You're kind of sitting on like an edge near the deck of the ship, kind of reading and thumbing through the book. And you can just hear this like croaky voice down below. Excuse me. Excuse me. And you can see this person in the water about 15 feet down below you. 10 feet, actually. It's a small ship. 10 feet below you, barely able to hold on to the side of the ship. And then as they're calling for help, you watch as they begin to fall under the surface of the water.
Mara or Sam, one of you?
That's what doesn't
Yes.
water.
You got the floaty water spell.
I guess I'll cast water walk, I guess. Unless Mara, you want to dive in?
I can dive in.
All right, I'll let her dive in.
What am I looking for?
Hmm?
What am I looking for?
There's a man drowning in there.
Oh, Jesus. I jump off the side.
He's all like, hey, you want to come here for a second? Yeah, there's something.
Yeah, there's something you might want to see down there.
Swoosh! You watch as Mara splashes quite nimbly into the water. You watch as Asborn holds up a 9.2. As you get, you can see this very thin, gaunt man kind of drifting down below, like desperately clawing at the water, dressed in what appears to be sailor gear, cut off breechcloths, the remains of a shirt, barefoot, wearing sandals, a kind of short sword at his side, but quite emaciated looking, and he's just bubbles of water coming up.
I grab him and try to head to the surface.
They reach out. He looks up at you as you grab him, and there's this sign of relief on his face. And everybody else on the deck of the ship, you watch as Mara breaks the surface of the water, and the man begins to sputter water. Water sputtering out of his mouth. Oh, thank you. Oh my God, thank you. I'm so.
Guys, help me get him up. I'm gonna try
Alright,
to
come up by his hand.
hoist him.
I'm just gonna carry the man in.
All of you
Okay.
help.
I'm trying
my
to
big
ignore it all and stay in the
Bodybuilders.
back.
Yeah, Fire, you're still preoccupied.
I'm trying to ignore it all. Continue my-
All of you help Mara get the thin, gaunt individual over. He's dressed in very much like tattered clothes that maybe saw better days. You're not really sure. The wispiness of a poorly groomed beard, very weathered, very sunburnt. Lips are cracked, blistered, and bleeding. Eyes very kind of like opaque and emaciated. He looks extremely weak, ill, kind of tries to croak out more words and struggles to form words.
I'm not listening.
Like
but
a restoration. for him?
not paying attention.
I think I have. Hold on. Sorry. Let me look. Don't worry. We got you. We got you.
I'm not listening.
Get him some water and some rum.
Fire,
I'll
fire. Hey, fire.
I'll mask cure wounds him. No, ignore her. Ignore.
I don't know if he needs. He's like emaciated and
I think he just needs water and food.
hungry. Yeah.
What if I
It's-
cast?
Restoration gets rid of exhaustion. Oh wait, no. Greater restoration gets rid of exhaustion.
Fire like a cleric.
Oh, to help.
Fire! Help this guy. What are you doing over there?
Hippocratic oath.
Fire, give me a concentration save, please.
Crisscross applesauce. Twiddling your thumbs over there.
Ooh, 16?
16. You're woken from your trance. You watch as your components like fade to nothing that you were consuming. Tobias is in your face.
Hey, help this guy. What are you doing?
I wanted Ember back.
I shout over from his shoulder. Hippocratic oath.
Your little
He's not
friend.
gonna die. Okay, fine.
Nobody knows what to do. We're twiddling their
Alright,
thumbs.
alright,
Come on.
alright. Okay. I'm going over and I'm medicine checking him.
Make sure he's not one of those
They're
beasts.
Crumbling.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's the one
Roll
thing.
an
Make sure
insight
he's
check
not
in.
some kind of weird thing. we need to kill.
22 medicine check.
Yeah, I mean, he's very weakened. You get the feeling that he's mostly dehydrated, as if he hasn't had fresh water in almost 3 days.
Oh my gosh.
He seems to be devoid.
I go and I grab a bottle of water and I say, drink this slowly.
He just takes it from you.
Don't make yourself sick.
And he,
Thank you so much. It's. Oh, yes. Thank you so much. Oh, I didn't think anybody was still left alive on the island. Who are you? Well, I haven't seen a living soul in days.
It says that you're on board the Crimson Mouse and we're the Storm
The
Chasers.
acorn.
Not the crimson
The
mouse.
acorn.
The acorn.
The acorn.
Oh, well. Okay, the egg. Dang it!
you watch as he rubs his eyes.
It seems I'm going a bit mad.
I'm on the stupid
It would
acorn.
seem that a
Whatever, I
mouse.
turn around and walk away.
It would seem a mouse is talking to me.
I'm gonna pull
So's
out
a
some-
very large cat.
That's just. It's there. We're fine. It's fine.
The minute fire goes, "Meow," he just like his head rolls back and he passes out.
I'm gonna call for a couple of crewmen to like carry him down, get him in a
Okay.
bed.
Yeah, they take him down into the hold and deal with him as he passes out from speaking with mice and cats and seems to be.
We're seeing a flip into Tabaxi. What backwater planet, island is this?
Backwater.
Just
Hey, you
thinking
keep, you
about it.
keep your firefly notions to yourself.
Was he freaked out by my blue skin?
He just looked at
Apparently
Tobias and Fire and looked at everybody on the deck of the ship that he could see and
He
just
probably saw you through blue ocean goggles, but oh my gosh,
You know,
can't
bit
get
of
over
a-
how furry
it
I
was
am.
bit
What
of
the
a
heck?
it was a bit of a shock to see everybody in their condition, and he just seemed to, he rolled a 1 on his con save. What can I tell you?
Well, you know what sucks is the one time somebody asks us where they are and who we are, we gotta tell them we're on a ship called the frickin' Acorn. I turn around and stomp off.
Oh.
Yes.
You guys watch as a coloring book falls out of Tobias's pocket.
I
Turn around,
still
pick
have
it up.
that.
Turn around, pick it up.
All right.
I haven't done the word search yet.
No, the coloring book is with the Cobalt Soul. I
No,
was just
yeah.
fucking with
I will actually go and cast Greater Restoration on the, pirate.
Almost dead man.
Yeah,
Almost dead.
You eventually make your way down. They've taken a lot of the storage sacks and bales of supplies and kind of created like an impromptu way for him to lie down. He's laid out on it. One of the sailors is there.
Come on, mate. Take it easy.
And he's like giving him water.
Now look, Fire's a good person. Be polite, yeah? He goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. I thought perhaps I was going mad."
No, I exist.
Oh, well, thank ye for. So is your friend blue skin then, yeah?
Yeah, she's got
Oh
blue.
shit! I bet she's a genasi. I hope she's not offended by my panic. I'm sorry. It's been a while for me. It's been a struggle.
You didn't say anything about the blue skin. You just, talking mouse, talking
Well,
cat. Didn't say anything about the blue skin.
when
No,
an,
no.
when a angry mouse yells at you and then a cat shows you claws, it's a bit of a. Sorry. I think I rolled very low on my constitution.
The fourth
Well,
wall collapses.
Okay.
Everyone looks at the
All
camera.
right. It's
All right.
okay. Okay. I put them on the nose and I cast Greater Restoration.
I mean, I definitely appreciate your kindness and helping me out of the water. I don't mean to be rude.
And he kind of like painfully sits up after you heal him and restore his health. His blistered lips begin to seal, color coming back to his skin. He now has like a small kind of muslin bundle of cheese and bread that he's nibbling from and drinking the water.
Oh, this is practically a gourmet meal for me. This is amazing. Thank you.
So, what happened to you? What
Er,
happened?
Well, me and my mates, some 4 days ago, I don't know, maybe 5. I've kind of lost track of the time since that creature made its way onto Darktoe. I was on my ship with me mates when this creature came into the bay, and the very harbor itself erupted from the water, began to destroy the town, and everything in it, ripping apart ship and ruck and sack. It was terrifying to see. It seemed like everything we did bounced off of it, did virtually no damage to it. It seemed to control its size at some point, be larger than it really was when we first saw it. I don't know if this is madness that I'm speaking to you, but I can only tell you what I saw.
Now, were you hitting it with non-magical weapons?
Oh dear, we were hitting it with everything that we had. I think of it at one point, Captain Strucker took his large ship directly into it, only to be destroyed in attempting to do so. I didn't know a creature could do such damage to anything. I've never seen the likes of it.
Well, it is pretty big.
Well, it has 5 heads. It seems to be mostly, well, bone, skin, and rot. And each of the heads seem to, well, have their own abilities as well. One fire, one cold, one lightning. One seemed to have like a green beam that shot out of it. And the largest of the 5 heads seemed to, well, a very kind of like dark, sickening ray would come out of that one as well, with a little bit of a acidic blast. That's the one that seems to do the most damage. It would appear.
Kind of picks at the cheese and the bread,
Wait.
drinks a little bit
Pause.
more water.
Did one of you guys write that down?
You mean specifics of each eye?
I took
The
a
head.
mental note.
Okay.
Sorry, yeah, each.
Oh, Oswald's mental.
Oswald is mental. Okay. Back in character. Sorry, go on.
Kind of drinks his water, nibbles some more of the food.
Is there anything else we can get you?
No. Saving me life seems to be good enough. Where you hail from? I don't recognize this vessel or your flag.
I'm not sure where the vessel comes from. We're borrowing it.
So you're not be pirates then? You're not members of Darktoe? Unknown to the Plank King then, yar?
I'm not, but I'm not saying any of the crew aren't.
Well, okay. At this point, I'm not even sure the Plank King is alive.
I hope there are more survivors on the island.
I'm not even sure if this island's even worth saving at this point. Darktoe is destroyed utterly. No ships could possibly sail into that area where the creature is. The harbor itself is a nightmare of debris and shattered ships of me mates.
Yeah, we saw some of
Why
that.
have you not left? Well, I'm glad you didn't. You saved my life, but this thing is terrifying to look at.
We're waiting for people.
Better be a big fucking fleet, I hope that you're waiting for.
Not as big as many as he already destroyed.
Well, in that case, if I could borrow some rations and some water, I'd gladly go ashore and go back into hiding.
No, you can stay with us until we move on, and then we'll give you some rations, and you can go
All right,
on
but
shore.
where does move on mean? You don't intend to encounter this creature, do you? That would be madness.
Well, you're not the only mad one out there.
Well, well, I'm not one to shy away from good hospitality, that's for sure. If you don't mind, I'd like to catch a few winks.
I think that's a good idea.
Kind of rolls over. You can still hear him eating, but then just
Okay, and then I go up to the rest of the group and I share what he told me.
okay.
So the different heads have different capabilities. One's fire, one's ice, one's lightning. One is some sort of green light, and one is some sort of, and the big one, he said, what did the massive heads, does like this dark, acidy thing. And he could control his size. He could get bigger and smaller.
Lovely.
So
Good to
how
know.
do we
Wonderful.
convince him to get smaller so that we can put those chains on him? Yeah.
So I have
smaller.
Don't the chains
Manacles
get bigger or smaller
as needed.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was their little like special thing.
Part of their little special thing. But like
So
how do we
I have a spell. Sorry, I'm so quiet right now, but I have a spell called Geish. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. That I can force a creature, I can command a creature, but it has to be able to understand me. So Fire, if you can cast tongues on me, I can try and convince it to become small.
Geas?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
J-E-A
It'll probably
or
save.
No, Geas.
G-E-A-S. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So is that like a control monster type of a thing?
It's
Give a
it's
command?
a command. And if they don't do what they take psychic damage. It could work, but it really depends on how wise the creature is.
Yeah.
But
Know anything
we could
about
try it.
hybrids? Are they wise?
Oswald, does the book say anything about how wise a Hydra is?
The book just tells me how to get the manacles on.
Well, I thought the book told you about Hydras too.
Does the
No,
book tell me about hydras?
no, it doesn't
think
show
so.
any particular discourse about hydras. And I would say you definitely don't find anything about undead hydras anywhere in the book.
well.
Flippin' undead Hydras.
It's
being
just
all-
an instruction manual.
They say that Cobalt Saul's. I mean, not the Cobalts. What the hell do they call it? Those stupid magic users. They're coming over here, right, to help us, right? Well, they can use the dang thing.
Which ones
You're
did
talking about the Cobalt Soul?
No,
No.
it wasn't the Cobalt Soul. It was the other one.
The Cypress Assembly?
Yeah,
Cerberus
that's it.
Assembly.
Cerberus Assembly. So they're coming over with the fleet. They can use the thing.
Do we
I mean,
wanna
Albin
try
had
to send somebody
mentioned
else?
that some Dwendalian fleet ships were on their way. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't think I said anything about the service assembly.
I
Oh,
thought you did.
I
No,
thought you did.
You said something about
Yeah.
some.
Why do you all think there's smoke
Fire.
coming when we're all alone?
You said they were in the area, right? Or what'd you say? They're in the area?
that the Dwendalian fleet was in the area and had agreed to the service that was required.
Wasn't the Cobalt Sol on the way?
The Cobalt Soul was
the
sending.
Cobalt Soul sent the Dwendalian fleet.
Correct.
Okay. So it wasn't the Cerberus assembly, it was the Cobalt.
Correct.
Okay.
Does anyone have anything that would give disadvantage on wisdom checks?
I might actually.
So if we team up like that,
Let me
then
check.
if we can force it to get smaller, then Oswald could do his magic and make the manacles go on.
I can give disadvantage on strength and dex.
I could cast Bane on it, which
I
gives it
can-
okay, it's charisma saving throw. Do you think its charisma is high? I mean, it's kind of ugly.
Probably not.
I got spells to pump it full of lead. Yeah,
Bard
can use cutting word.
Yeah.
I
And then it must take it takes a D4
I
from
have a
attack
few
rolls and
things.
saving throws. So I should prep Bane. Okay.
I would
I-
prep tongues too, just in case.
I have hold monster and mass suggestion.
Ooh,
I can
that could
shoot
work.
it and throw daggers at it.
old monster, please.
I also have synaptic static, which is minus 1d6 to any what's it called? Skill checks.
Ooh, that would help.
But that's
No, that's skill checks.
checks. Also, it
Yeah, but if he had to
gets-
do a wisdom check.
No, that's not.
and then
a skill
Constitution
check,
saving
not a-
throws.
It's a wisdom
saving
saving throw. It's not a
Oh.
skill check.
Gotcha.
The fourth wall is just utterly obliterated.
Utterly gone. It's gone.
Sorry.
It was blown up. It was shattered. It was
never
like
existed.
everything.
It's fine. I'm just fucking with you guys.
It's tactics, man.
It's tactic.
Tactics.
We're planning on
Tactics.
we're planning on feeding the mouse to one of the heads as a distraction.
I am.
Okay, that'll work.
Like, I am. Oswald.
I'll let you.
Let's
Well,
see. What
there's
else
also
do I
a
have?
bestow
I have
curse.
stuff. I have
So
a
the best way to
tongue
attack
person, but it's
something from
not
within.
Humanoid, so that doesn't work.
Okay,
does
fine.
it count as an animal?
No.
No.
Hydra.
It's a
I mean, I'll give
It's
this
a
as a
beast.
freebie to fire. This is an undead entity.
Undead.
Okay.
Good. I like undead things.
It's not a
That's-
monstrosity. It's not a beast. It's not a construct. It's an
not an
undead
animal.
entity. Not an
I
animal. Not a dragon.
don't like undead.
Would it count as a creature?
I would be willing to call it a creature. An undead
is a-
an
Well,
undead
as
creature.
far as
Undead
spells
creature.
go, if it says one creature, I think creature is an overall thing.
Creature just basically means anything but humanoids
Correct.
or
Nice.
draconids.
Wonder if we could banish it.
Oh,
No, banishing is cool, but how long will it be banished for?
you need gold
A
straw.
minute.
1 minute is not long enough because we're trying to keep it up to manacle it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I suppose we're just gonna wait the 4 days for them to get here. Hopefully, we won't get
While
destroyed. in the
formulating
meantime.
a plan.
While formulating a plan.
I think that's
And
the main
checking
thing,
on
yeah.
and checking on the guy
I
that,
imagine that they also have people that can help us. That might. We're gonna have a big meeting to see how we're
probably
going to
don't
do
wanna do that.
this.
Mm-hmm.
Because your fiance will help.
If they get here, they're like fighting a storm right now.
Hey, if I raise dead on an
Ooh.
undead Hydra, does that mean that it comes back to life as a
Wait.
real?
It's terrible.
Raised dead only works on things that are dead.
It
Not
doesn't work on
undead.
undead. Can
That
I
would
heal
mostly-
it to? Can I heal it to life? I mean, so heal it to death. I really want to heal it to death.
Yes, we've gone over the whole healing to death mechanic. It's not quite what we think it is.
I really want to heal it to death.
I heal the skeletons to death.
It's like hugging something to death.
I am going to hug you to
I'm gonna
death.
hook it and hook it and
Well,
hook it.
technically, I think I could hug Tobias to death. I think I'm strong enough.
We're not trying to kill the bias.
Hey, stop trying to kill Tobias.
It's just a hypothetical, but I'm saying.
I could
Hey.
hypothetically tell you to shut the fuck up.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if that's
I
a
don't know.
hypothetical because you just said it.
It's hypothetical because shit
Especially
is.
with your rock hard melons.
Sir, sir, sir. Excuse me.
It's so-
Just be quiet, Asthorn.
Shut the
You-
fuck up. Shut the
You
fuck
can
up.
play a flute and make it go to sleep.
Is
It's
meld
a
into
horn,
stone only for
technically.
self?
Mm-hmm. I believe so.
Damn.
Does it say
You
so?
should all say willing creature.
Yeah, what does it say?
Yeah, what does it say?
It says you step into.
You.
Mm,
That's
Yeah,
personal.
so it's
does
on
it
you.
say touch or does it say self?
It says touch.
No, wait. That's.
That's why I was confused because I was like, it says you,
It doesn't say
but then it
self.
doesn't say self.
Does it give a saving throw? Does it have a
No.
DC? Then it's probably has to be on a willing creature, I'd imagine.
Poop.
Poop.
I don't know. I'm not a spell lawyer. Ask Oswald.
I'm just a shooter.
Well, like
It's a
Spirit
bang,
Guardian
bang, shoot.
says, like Spirit Guardians, for example, says self 15 feet radius or diameter. So
I love
That's-
plan. I
I can
love
only
planning
cast it on me.
sessions. I just love watching this. It's so cool.
Hey, you told us.
Well,
No, you told
here's
us
gonna
4
here's
days.
what's gonna happen is none of these spells are gonna work because it's a magical creature and I know some
Oh come on! I'm not that much of an
Oh, look,
asshole.
it's
I'm
talk-
so not
displaced-
fair.
Talking,
yeah, some,
talking
I'm
magical
sure-
rat butt.
Okay, what
They
if we
were-
just hit it with something very big? That would
Well,
be cool, I think.
I think we have to hit
Like
it with something
what?
magical.
I have
I mean, big rock
have
is
extra
big
damage on
and
undead.
can
Okay,
hold
but-
it down.
I think you have to hit it with something magical because it's probably got,
Resistance to
damage
non-magical.
reductions, resistance to non-magical weapons.
Well, I mean, it may resist it, but if
Because-
there's a giant rock on it,
we
can't
got
really
30
do.
we got
deal with
30 more
that,
minutes
can it?
to attack and destroy this thing before the session ends.
All right, let's
Well, let's-
go.
Let's get done with this. Let's hurry.
Let's
Let's put the
let's
other
thinking.
ships over
Let's just go.
here and
Mhm.
no.
And go team.
We teleport those ships from what's the island that we left it in? We left it by. We teleport those ships from that island, Broken Bank, and then we teleport them over here to bamf them right next to us, and then we go and attack them, and we win. 30 minutes. Boom.
Yay! You win D&D.
We win D&D.
Easy.
Easy.
All right. Well, I'm gonna get some shut eye.
Probably a good idea.
Well, I mean, it's only like late afternoon at this point.
My pecs are hurting.
Time.
I
Yeah,
thought that
that
was
works out.
yesterday.
Yeah, it's always worse the second day.
Oh, okay.
It's actually
Could I like
verifiably true.
rush them to get here faster if I like flew over to the ship and conjured my wind elemental to make them go faster?
They're 4 days
Hey,
away.
well, you're gonna fly that far?
I thought they were
Only
2 days
lasts-
away.
When they're an hour away, you can do that.
No, they're at least
Damn.
4 days away at this point. And their last
God.
message tomorrow was they were slightly delayed, waiting for the Dwendalian ships, as well as dealing with a storm that was moving in at the time.
Great.
Okay.
I'm gonna get an urgent message. We're drowning. We're all dead. We're on our own, just like I thought we were gonna be.
A C3PO message as the trash compactor.
Yeah.
Curse my metal body.
What if I
Uh,
cast Gentle Repose on it, and then it takes away its undead status, and then it's just dead?
Yeah, you can take away the undead status of things with a cantrip.
Gentle
Yeah,
Repose
yeah.
isn't a cantrip. It's a
Yeah,
second level
a
spell.
massive
A
undead
whole,
hydra.
yeah, a whole
It's a
second
second
defeated
level
with a
spell.
cantrip.
It's a second level spell. It's not a cantrip.
Oh,
Oh, I'm
Okay,
sorry.
that
A
doesn't
second
change.
spell defeats the massive
I gotta,
undead hydra.
I gotta
That-
see this. That'd be awesome. I want it to work.
that has
I don't think it will.
5 different breath weapons you can use on us. So even if we're immune to 1, we're still screwed by 4 more.
Well, it says
It's
you
like-
touch a corpse, which means it has to be dead.
Oh, it has to be dead. It can't be undead. Okay.
I think it's more that we have to
Can't
like
you-
get it to hold still. We need to like tie it down.
Go into
I
homebrew and
literally have
change it.
hold monster.
Okay, it's been like throwing pieces of ships. I don't know if we're gonna be able to tie it down.
I have hold monster. I'm pretty sure I could try.
Does it to the monster?
I mean, I've held a kraken before. Why not this?
I think Hold Monster would work.
What part did you hold?
I held the tentacles a lot at once, actually.
She's
They
really
get-
good at holding the tentacles.
I
a
mean,
lot
I'm-
at once.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah,
really
because
good
the
at that.
description
Really
is the description is deceiving, right? So it says hold monster, but it says choose a creature you can see, and a creature
Yeah.
is anything non-humanoid.
Yeah. So I think Hold Monster would work. It's just the difference between Hold Monster and Hold Person.
And
If
it
it's
goes
not
back to
immune to
the
everything
wisdom
under the
saving
sun.
throw, or be paralyzed for the duration, which is concentration up to a minute.
Up to a minute. Do you think
that'll
we'd be
be-
able to get those manacles on him in a minute?
Well, I mean, I can just keep casting it if we have to.
Well, he has a check every time, though, right?
Yeah. I mean, how wise could a pile of bones be?
Well, if I cast Bane on it, it has a D4 against it.
This spell has no effect on the undead.
Ah, balls.
Oh, ball.
Boom.
Now.
I still want to try Gase.
2 daggers. 2 daggers.
Oh, that one sentence. I see it. I'm sad. Right.
Yeah, we tell tell it,
Just
hold
hold still.
give us your necks.
We crack Oswald's chest tube open.
So the only
The
problem you
little
really,
creature
the only
falls
problem you
out.
have with geese is it's a 1 minute casting time.
As it's attacking us.
No, wait, I have a question.
Mhm.
So, if I prep geese in my spell necklace, does that take away the 1 minute casting time?
No, it does not, because that necklace is just an extra slot. In other words, it allows you to essentially contain the essence of the
You have to-
spell,
I
but
have to
you
cast
still
it into the spell,
well, you have to
into the
cast.
slot.
No, the casting into it is the invocation of the magical effect. Whatever you put in there as a spell, essentially still follows under the mechanics of spell casting.
It just doesn't take a spell slot.
Correct.
Okay.
I mean, as long as you guys can keep me alive while I'm trying to cast it.
Well, we can go to
Keeping you
minute?
alive within 60 feet of it.
Yeah.
Wait, what size class
And-
is the Hydra again?
Not being attacked by it.
Gargantuan.
Gargantuan.
Gargantuan?
Yeah.
Dang, no grabbing it.
I grapple it.
I grab
This
it.
tiny little guy all of a sudden does like a suplex on it.
Eventually, Tobias will recall that you're a
We
girl.
polymorph it.
Okay, can you wait? It's huge than gargantuan, right?
It's gargantuan.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well,
no.
he's-
What's the
he's-
size class under?
If you
Huge, right?
If you're enlarged,
I
that's
go
not
small, medium, large, extra large.
Yeah.
Hey, Asborn, you
wait,
still
what
have
is
that
gigantic?
alligator, right?
I do, in fact, have that alligator. I was waiting to use it. I almost used it last time.
Yeah, you
Against
still
the
have. Yeah,
dragon.
you from the from the
Swamp chick.
yeah,
Old witch of the swamp, yeah.
yeah, over there at the what bay was that? That was the
Hollyhead.
Hollyhead. Yeah, that was the
Hollyhead,
Hollyhead. Yeah. Yeah, that was a while ago. You still have that
Yeah,
thing.
like ancient history.
Wait, could we cast polymorph on it? Transform it into like a 5-headed dog, like something small that we can hold and
Well, you can't
clasp
polymorph
the
it
things
into
on?
a made-up creature. You've got to be able to be familiar with what you polymorph it
Can
you-
into.
Oh, okay.
Polymorph it into a baby Hydra.
So if we
Ooh.
use enlarge
Baby
reduce on me and make me large,
Her
and
and her
if we
baby
use
animal.
enlarge reduce
I
and we
am-
make the
I-
Hydra
I'm gonna-
huge,
I'm
I
gonna-
can grapple it.
I'm going to update the name of the episode to Shenanigans Incorporated.
Shenanigans and thinking.
No, but if we polymorph it into something that can't harm us and then none of us harm it, then we'll have a minute to get the manacles on.
Yeah, but you'd only be able to get one on, because if it only has one head.
Fifth wall shenanigans.
Does it have
I mean,
to
I
be
guess
on
we could.
head?
So many walls we break in this game.
My question, this would be a DM question. If we put the manacles on it when it's polymorphed, is it only one that gets put on?
Depends on what you turn it into. The
What
other,
if we turn it into a snake and we put it on all along it, the length, and then when it bamps back in, they're on its
Tobias, it's not 5 cock rings. I already know where you're going with this.
We can invoke the manacles.
This is degenerating.
Well, I
whether
will
it's
I love
give
the
you.
way you think
polymorph-
outside the box.
Yeah, no, I mean, all this planning makes sense. I mean, you guys are in a position right now where you have a little bit of time. You've gained
5
some
rings on the
information
shaft
by
of the
helping
snake.
out a sailor that was swimming out towards the ship. You have a better understanding of, at least of some expectation. You do have the magical device that the Marquis fleet was attempting to bring to the Darktoe fleet. You have all this information, so what you're doing makes sense.
I
Dealing
don't
with.
understand what it's actually supposed to do. How are the manacles put on? That's what I'm trying to understand.
I believe there's a control word in that journal.
They're giant. How are you going to put them on? Do they levitate over to it?
Yeah,
How does-
Oswald, what's the book say?
Osborne?
No, I was going to say
Osborne?
Because I'm
Osborne.
trying to talk.
And
I'm trying to talk
Aswald.
Osborne.
Aswald, what does it do?
Yes. What's
Okay.
up?
When you size change, if you get like gigantic, do you get a whole lot stronger?
Yes, it does increase my strength and with my weapons also.
So
Oswald,
theoretically, if you were big enough, you'd be able to pick up the manacles and at least get one head manacled.
Theoretically, no, in actuality, I can grapple it, and you guys can do that. Because if
None
we
of us
reduce
can
the
do that.
size of the Hydra to huge, because it's gargantuan, the one step down is huge, and we make me large, that's a small enough gap where I can grapple it.
Could I
But it would be
polymorph it
hard.
into a smaller Hydra?
have
I
you ever
wouldn't know that.
seen a smaller Hydra?
I don't know. Have I?
mean, You just kind of like look at the one Hydra and you go, "Oh, I imagine you smaller."
Hey,
But if
you,
it's still a
but
Hydra, then we still
smaller,
attack it.
me size.
Okay,
Oswald,
said-
give me an Arcana check really quick.
what if
And
we
you
polymorph it?
and you did do a good investigation on the book. Give me Arcana with advantage.
Yeah, double roll.
What if we polymorph it into a snake and then it's got enough room for all of the manacles and then it's still on it and then it bamfs away before the spell is over?
You
It's
put the 5 rings on the shaft of the snake, and
Yes.
then
it's
that.
24.
Then when it bamps back, it's
24.
going to have 5 hits.
Knowing what
Okay.
you know about the book and a better understanding, especially with the bizarre nature of this conversation is playing out and the back and forth is going back and forth, you begin to realize whoever was going to be in charge of this attempt that were members of the Marquis fleet probably had a team of wizards associated to the attempt. And the chances are they probably already had a plan in mind, as this seems to be a more of an item of relic of past, as opposed to something that was recently made. It would appear that the giant iron crate was recently made to protect these things, and maybe it was pulled out of storage. But looking at this, kind of Benny Hill kind of team postulating these ideas, you're like, so I wonder what this would be like if I had a team that knew what they were doing. And your head kind of marbles around playing with it, and you get the feeling there was probably at least 2 or 3 wizards, maybe some other elements of control and support. I mean, the 6 of you are trying to hash out a process that was probably going to involve at least a dozen individuals in the attempt.
Is there a piece, like a loose piece of paper in that book where they wrote down the plan that they had hatched out? Someone took notes.
Somewhere on Qualish's terrifying
Bill?
island of creating the undead and constructs, there's a wizard, right? Soggy and mostly shredded, with a rolled up, journal tucked in its belt, a little bit of a
defeat the
blazing,
Hydra
like
with
how
10 easy
to
lessons.
execute Plan
Preparation H.
A52-XX92, and he's wandering on this island.
Oh, can we encounter him soon?
Oh my god, this is great. Oh god.
Roll the body. Oh, look, there's the plan.
It says Bill the Wizard gets Manacle 1. Bill's dead.
And you
Now
watch
what?
as it stumbles into another undead wizard, carrying
I can just imagine them all on the ship.
the other journal that says Wizard A does Wizard B, and then the whole crew has been transmutated and altered into these constructs, and now even somewhere out there they wander on this island of dead.
I just like to see them on the ship right before it was destroyed. They're like, okay, we got what we need. We got all the guys assembled. Now we just have to go. And all of a sudden,
Oh, that's funny.
oh my god, this is great. This is great. This is like a bunch of monkeys doing something to a football.
Yes, we're a bunch of monkeys
five-
sitting in front of
five-headed
typewriters.
A 5-headed football.
Oh,
A giant 5-headed football. Even worse. A gigantic. I hate the word gigantic when it comes to monsters.
yeah, it's
Don't
it's a
like
little-
it.
It's well, especially because you're tiny. It's like one spectrum, the other
I
spectrum.
appreciate that joke.
That you're tiny.
Fire, you should know better to make
Oh.
that joke to me.
Well, I mean, you are mighty in my eyes.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, is that what you is?
Dynamite
eyes-
comes in small packages.
Your ears are blinking.
Yes, they are.
All right, sounds like a plan, everybody. Good job.
It
1, 2,
does.
3.
Woo!
Go,
Go.
take your hands in. 1,
Put your hand,
2,
put your
3.
hand.
We made
Storm
it.
chasers. All right.
Chasers.
I mean, technically, you're not Hydra chasers, so I mean, I guess it makes sense.
The next day, our bodies are floating in the water.
I am crying right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
All the ships are destroyed, floating in the water. Roll new characters. We're the Storm Chasers too. Oh god, that seems so fruitless. I think we should
I love
pack
how,
up and leave.
I love how
man.
in your fantasy world you think it's fruitless.
Yeah, even in this fantasy world, we're doomed.
Oh my gosh.
I don't even have fantasy hope of this happening.
Aw. I think we could pull it off.
Oh god. Well,
Fantasy fucked.
Yeah, Tobias will hope for the best, but I just imagine like sliding down a gullet, seeing like ribs and like little bits of this
Oh.
outside as it goes by the tattered remains of skin.
Well, I mean, at least, yeah, you'll get to see outside as you
Slink
go
into the
through.
belly of the beast.
It's undead
Find
belly.
every-
You guys, actually,
Yeah.
the closing scene is all 6 of you hanging on to large rib cages
Yeah.
rib bones just staring out at the world being transformed into undead
The
creatures.
Plank King will be in there and go, "Welcome to Stomach Toe. I'm in charge here."
Oh my god.
Arr. Dang.
And like
Oh
old
my
Willie.
goodness.
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
I'm dreading next week. That's all I can say. Oh God.
Execute
Gonna be
plan
interesting.
XX 2.5.
Yeah.
What's plan X.255? Run away.
Mhm.
Captain Alabaster, what are you gonna do? Die instantly.
No, I like alabaster.
That's my ship is smashed to ribbons. You're-
Off in the distance, you guys can hear small explosions.
Still,
Maybe they'll beat him by the time we get over there. Whatever the explosions are.
yeah. I still want to heal him to death. Just saying.
Work.
I'm just saying that mechanic might be grossly overstated.
Okay, he gains 27 hit points. Thank you. And he breathes puke on you and you disintegrate.
No, you can't heal undead.
Except for the fur. That's what's left.
I definitely, of all the planning, I like the idea of geese.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Bane.
I like the idea of Bane.
Yeah.
I like the idea that you're beginning to realize that beating it straight out is going to be very difficult.
Can't read
You
impossible.
have to be sneaky.
I would say beginning to leverage the idea of timing, distraction, keeping it under control, using a series of banishment effects.
Now, if we lure it into someplace where it has to shrink smaller to get to us, do you think that would work? Because the dude downstairs said that it could control its size.
If it wants to get us.
Right, what would make us enticing enough that it would do that?
The
I
other,
don't
okay, so
know.
another option, because I can't cast this. It looks like bards, sorcerers, and wizards have sleep. We could cast sleep on it and try and knock it out.
But doesn't it have
for
You know
sleep, it
how
has to
much it
be-
takes to sleep?
It has to
Did.
be
Most
really low
undead
on
are
hit
immune to
points.
sleep.
Yeah, it's a hit point mechanic that's associated to that.
So like,
Yeah,
you-
let me just roll up
can
like
you
a
roll
400
500
right
or
now, real
1,000 hit
quick.
points worth of damage on a sleep spell?
Yeah.
1,000
I
point
mean-
sleep spell, I say.
I mean, that undead hydra's got to have so many hit points.
Look, we crack Oswald's little
No.
glass heart.
His
Go away.
little
Pull out that little animal. It
His
grows
little
to
chest
a
goopy.
gigantic size and fights it. Boom.
Clearly, whatever is inside of him is very worthwhile.
I guess just alligator. Wait, what size is the alligator? It's gigantic.
This guy with
right?
his alligator.
The alligator, you remember, was transformed into the totem.
The totem.
Originally, it was 30 feet in length.
So that's what, huge?
He's
Yes.
gonna bite one of his toes.
Yeah, we can enlarge it, and then it could be monster versus monster.
Godzilla.
Godzilla.
I think Oswald's heart monster would be the perfect thing. We just
And again, I say no.
crack that with a hammer, pull it out, throw it in the water, it grows
Large.
and attacks the Hydra.
I-
That'll work.
I honestly-
Oswald, can you help me figure out this little jar? I mean, this little ball of like the little. I mean, there's that little creature inside there. I cannot figure out how to make this thing listen to me.
What thing?
And I show you the orb that has that tentacle creature that was in the ship originally over Bartholomew's chests. I still have that orb.
Okay.
Can't figure out how to make the creature come back. I want a
You
creature.
wanted to come back?
Well, yeah, I want to be able to use it. The little vine creature.
Fighting it,
Because
too.
if we and from what I could tell, it was made by the same people that made the chest in the book and stuff. Sort of. can't figure out how to make it work. But I wanna
This
make it
is a
work.
DM question. If
Okay.
multiple people cast gas at the same time and they were giving it the same command, would that do anything?
No, they'd collide.
Okay.
They would collide.
Then never mind.
Yeah, they wouldn't stack. Too powerful of an element of a spell. Casting at different levels perhaps could make a difference. There are varieties of effects based on the level that you cast it at that may keep it from colliding, and you could have prepared leveled versions of geese and use a held action in case one of the other geese failed, but I do not believe they'll stack.
Okay.
Can you stack an enlarge spell?
No.
Oh.
Oswald,
You
I
cannot.
sent you I DM'd you the
Yeah, I see it.
information that I have on it.
I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know.
What are you DMing, Oswald?
The Orb of Transmutation. Hold on, I'll DM it to you too.
Is that the one that
With the vine creature.
Oh, yeah. There's that. Good lord.
Okay, that's what I sent to him. And I can't figure out how to make it work. And I'm holding the orb.
Fair enough, that's right. You tried to decipher that thing and Oswald was not available for that. So Oswald, if you want to try to identify or spend some time with it, you could potentially try to figure this thing out.
Could not.
And if I'm not piloting the ship, then I'll take it on, and it can try to attack me. I'm pretty good at dodging that stuff.
No, if we can figure out how to access it, we control it. The vine creature?
Oh no, I'm just talking about when we fight the Hydra.
Okay.
All you can remember from the Orb of Transmutation was the fact that it was the device that contained the creature as a method of trap or protection of the three chests that contained the remains of Bartholomew.
Yeah, it made the little... they looked like kids.
It used puppetry and almost like anglerfish illusionaries to, as part of its trap.
Made it look like there were spirit kids on the ship. Creepy little thing. But I think it could be useful. So, Oswald, would you identify it? I identified it, but I couldn't figure out anything more.
Did Oswald fall off his chair?
Yeah, I'll check it out. I'm still here.
Okay. Is it a Arcana?
I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Give me an Arcana. Well, because she's revealed the identity of it to you, the magical nature of the inscription makes sense. There's an invocation piece that's odd. Go ahead and give me Arcana with advantage, because you know magics pretty well.
Magic.
Yes, I do enjoy the magic.
That is a 19.
Bitter kiwi, that's hysterical. Yeah, looking at it, there's something strange about it, and then you finally figure it out. Takes you a couple minutes. You look at it. The creature is not small in size. The creature is extremely far away. Transmutation orb is a shifting plane of existence. The containment of this orb keeps this creature on a different plane of existence, and then invoking it brings it into the prime material plane. Unfortunately, it requires the invocation of the release of the creature, and once it's released, containing it again is very difficult. And it also creates a temporary point of both the prime material plane and whatever plane it exists on kind of in sequence with each other, in kind of within a boundary, almost kind of like the same experience that can be had from ethereal plane and understanding. But with your help, Oswald, you could probably invoke this creature if you wanted to.
All right.
Mm.
Well, we don't want to. I mean, if it's hard to recontain.
We just defeated the 5-headed Hydra with the 10-headed Hydra.
You said that you would control it though if you released it. Is
That's
that-
what I was
Release the
led to
Kraken.
believe. Contains an entity that can be controlled.
Mm-hmm.
I thought
So
we
we could
killed the
theoretically
Kraken.
grapple.
There you
the thing.
go. That might be the trick. Keep it busy fighting that thing
Okay.
until we can put a.
Yeah.
I mean, the vine
Can
creature
use
fit in the
something on
room.
him.
It's not gargantuan.
And then we, with the help of everyone that's coming plus us, we can get the manacles on them.
Well, we could sacrifice the vine creature and have it take out a chunk of the Hydra's hit points before it dies.
Between that, the alligator, and that thing, yeah, I think we could at least keep it busy for a little while and not attacking us.
Okay. So
Well,
what we
and
do
then-
is we take it and we say, Viney, I choose you, and throw it.
And alligator.
And chuck the alligator at it too.
Yeah, why not?
What are we naming the alligator? Snappy, I choose you. Chuck.
Snappy.
So Snappy and Viney are going to attack the creature.
Snappy and Viney.
But I demand the.
The Team Rocket? We're not
Yeah.
Team Rocket.
Oh my god. Okay, well that's funny as it is. That actually might.
Oh my
It
goodness.
sounds like a semi-solid plan. I mean,
my thing is that if it has 5 heads, that means it's got
Oh.
5 brains, right?
I mean, that's assuming that everyone
not
with a
David
head has a brain.
Attenborough kind, so I don't know. I don't know about the 5-headed Hydra.
Mars doing the badass eye blinking right now. It's totally triggering me.
She's all jonesed out on something.
Mars
You're
over.
strung out.
Mars
She's
on
like
she's on the sending stone
overthinking
with Albin. She's like doing a line of cocaine at the same time.
Have you been
I love you,
smoking
babe.
seaweed again?
I love you, babe.
They're sexy.
Life in the fast lane.
Oh my god.
Mars over there. Toot, toot.
Yeah. She rolls up a gold coin and
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You guys are killing me.
The
You guys are killing
decompression
me.
of planning. The decompression of planning.
We-
Really. And I will tell you this, not to increase the tension,
Ha,
Ah,
ha.
but we are coming up on another milestone.
I wonder
Oh.
what it could be.
what's that?
Shark toe.
What's the milestone? Defeating the Hydra?
I'm sure.
I don't
I'm
know.
not going to tell you the details, but you're
Or it's
coming up on one.
dying from the Hydra. That's definitely a milestone.
That's
But
more-
I think it's
that's
really
more-
a tombstone.
That's more of a millstone, the grind.
I know what I'm going to be working on this in the days coming up to the next one is another character.
Hey, let's have some positive
Just
thoughts.
in case. Just
Have
in
some
case.
positive thoughts.
TPK.
Sam's all XP, 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 XP.
TPK's coming, man. I don't know.
So during this
Sounds
planning
dangerous.
session, at some point, Mara, your stone kind of gives a signal of incoming message. Most of this planning takes up the majority of the late afternoon into the early evening. It doesn't help with the grotesque amounts of grog and other rum being
Swilled.
taken back as this conversation goes on and on into the night. At some point, you have a conversation with Albin. Albin tells you that the storm has passed, the other ships have arrived, and they will begin to leave this evening. And you can expect them to be there hopefully within 4 or 5 days. The larger galleys would be a challenge. And the final part of his message is, "Yeah, I don't want to alarm you, but would appear that Shulaman is one of the captains of the ship." Thanks, Earl Dub.
Oh man.
And that's
Oh,
where we're gonna
man.
finish tonight, as
Oh
it's
man.
10 o'clock, and
Yep,
you guys
baby.
spent
10 o'clock.
like 40 minutes
40 minutes.
plot planning and encounter planning. That was awesome. I'm so proud. I'm so proud of your failures.
I mean,
your failures are amazing.
This is the first time the entire time we've been together we've ever done this. Most of the time
Yeah.
we're just like, let's just go in and see what
Fly by
happens.
the seat of our
Yeah.
pants.
Hey,
That's right.
Hey, it
Earl
works.
Dub, make
Oh,
sure
it
has
you.
worked.
So
We'll
anybody that's still with us, make sure
yes,
you
let's roll, let's roll.
well, no. If there's anyone still with us that haven't entered yet, make sure you type in exclamation ticket. Type in exclamation ticket to win a set of dice from Viridian Dice. This is our weekend of supporting small businesses that support Pride communities, and we are
Yay.
giving away dice all week long for all of our main shows. So we gave some away last night. Kai won those. I gotta send those off. We'll give away a set tonight, and then we'll give away a set. If I have a one shot, if I have enough people show up for the one shot, I will give away a set Thursday, a set Friday, and a set Sunday. So be sure to quickly exclamation ticket to get a chance. We're going to give it a couple minutes just in case there's some folks who haven't done it yet. But hey, everything you need to know, the Opera of Dice, everything you need to know is about us down below. The other thing we're doing, if all those watching could help us, the ship is just a loop image that I use as a kind of background setting to let you know that we're currently in the Lucidian Sea, and our team is doing their best to plot or plan the demise of a creature or stub its toe, perhaps. I'm not really sure, but
Probably just gonna stub its toe, I'm sure.
It's the demise of ourselves.
But hey, there's a couple things that we're working towards. So on Twitter, as soon as we hit 1,000 followers on Twitter, we'll be giving away some really cool T-shirts. And on Twitch, as soon as we hit 250 follows, we will be giving away a redeemable digital key for D&D Beyond. And it'll be a random key that I will hand out. It'll either be the DM's guide, the player's handbook, Volo, or it'll be a surprise to whoever wins it. But we got to hit that classic 250 Twitch follow. And so if you could spread that word, share us to your friends and other community members that enjoy watching this kind of content, the silliness that pervades on the deck of a ship, by all means, help us. That'd be awesome. Always, our Discord is open to everybody. If you want to help us teach, if you want help learning and all the fun stuff that comes with it, we're there for you. It's a very safe space. Unfortunately, I had to practice the art of banishment today, unfortunately, and I hate to do that, but my folks that hang out in our Discord are very important to me, and I practice good mental or mental health and provide a space for creatives and everybody to come and join and help and learn and teach and play games. One of my players, Viridian, is going to be doing some play testing for a game pretty soon in a couple weeks when she feels ready and prepared to do it. So let's go ahead and give out some dice here real quick. And the odds are in everybody's favor, as there's not a lot of people, but hey, don't care. It's all about the coolness of the dice. Let's see.
Drum roll.
Hey, Vandrina, you won the dice. Look at that. Super cool.
Yay.
I will be send me your info when you get a chance, your mailing info, and I will get those out to you within the next couple of days. They are the really cool Pride Month dice, cool colors. Our Discord is available to everybody. Come be a member and join our one shot, which we play out live on Twitch. join our dungeon crawl that hopefully will be coming up in July, where we start competing for prizes and create a tournament bracket system for a good old-fashioned dungeon crawl to see whether your team can be placed in the bracket or whoever survives last. Well, you know what? If you can survive the dungeon crawl, you might win some dice as well, or some other stuff that we'd like to give out to our community. So with that, everybody, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I hope to have a lot more of the past episodes published on our YouTubes, but there's a lot of content that I have to make my way through, and I've fortunately got some help. So, as I always tell everyone, please be very safe, try to be very kind, and whatever you do, take some time to play a game. It's important, very, very important that you play games. It's good for you. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Yeah.
Good night.